How's it going, everyone? How are you all doing today? So it's been a busy time. Busy time. I was on a business trip. I went to Palau. It's a country. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the country of Palau. It's quite beautiful. Maybe I'll post some pictures when I get through. But yeah, just a business trip. Went to Palau. I'm back. Yeah. So just gonna do some dailies. I will say this. So if you guys post your ally code right now, I do have a priority. So it goes donations over $5, those who post on my Discord for a request, and then after that it goes just who if you're in stream. So here's my list on Discord right now. It's getting kind of large. I was gone for some time, so it got a little bigger. So here's my Discord request. You just make a request right here in number 2. Drop your request in there. I promise you don't have to pay for anything. I'll give you just as much time as someone who does pay. You have to put your request here if you want any kind of precedence, because if you put it in my Discord, it may take a little bit of time, but I promise you I will get to your Discord request as soon as I can. So those who are in chat today and have posted in here, let's say like Darth Tavares or something, if he shows up live and he's the only one who put a request in here, then he would take precedence, even though these other people are here. So that's just how it works. If you want to skip the line, that's what donations are for. Otherwise, put it in Discord, and as soon as I can, I'll do it. Discord is in the description for the video as well, or on the bottom or wherever. I am going to do a few things first before I jump into those. So I'm going to do some dailies, and then I'm going to work my mods, and then we'll do reviews. So Lasher, you can, just like everyone else, put your stuff and jump in line. So yeah, I just fully explained it, Marquise. So if you want to do that, then do that. But if you're just like throwing your I promise you, if you just throw it in chat, it's very, very low chance I'm gonna have time. I got you, Slasher. So you'll be first on my list. Oh man, is that super loud for you guys? I feel like it's like that was a lot of noise. But yeah, I got you, Slasher. It's been a long time since I've looked at your account, to be completely honest. Let me open up a notepad. So, but yeah, I like, thank you for the donations. I do appreciate it, but just so everyone knows, like 100%, like it may take some time, but I will get to your guys' stuff as soon as I can. Marquise, oh thanks, cheers, buddy. Cheers. I got you. Let me add your stuff. Yeah, I've been I 100%. I really should post some pictures, but I got you Slasher and then Marquise. So I used all this energy. I guess You thought I quit? No, I was very open about, hey, I'm going on a business trip. Even on my YouTube, I post videos every day on my YouTube because I was able to record videos, and it was like yesterday was the first day I didn't post any videos. So I even though I was gone for almost 2 weeks, I had daily videos on YouTube. That was like certainly a pain to do it. Certainly a pain. 100% you guys should be getting those 2 dudes though. That the credits that you're gonna get from these guys are gonna be insane. Them alone, plus like all the materials, that assault battle is 100% worth doing. So I don't know if I'm going to take them to R9 or R7 first. I'm thinking probably R7, to be completely honest. And then maybe over time R9 once I have like the more important things. Well, it's an assault battle, so the assumption is once a month. If it's anything other than once a month, I think people will be upset because people like if it's an assault battle, that's the assumption. Hey, WSI Fuentes, what do I think about the new Lightspeed bundle? I think it's a cash grab, to be completely honest. Like it's absolute crap, right? Like just absolute garbage in there, but you need it for the raid. So I'm gonna buy it because I'm a shill and I shill for CG. But do I think it's a good bundle? Like not really, no. It's like way overpriced. Yeah. But yeah. I simp for them, sadly. Sometimes you just gotta do it. You just gotta simp for them, you know? I would like to say I'm more of a shill, but I'm 100% I'm gonna buy it. I just am. I can't help my impulses. I cannot help them. So I don't want to do it, but I will. Get this dude up and running. Oh man, Marquis, thank you very much, dude, for to another 1,000 bits. I do appreciate it, dude. Like wow, but thank you so much. Wow, I guess you love shilling. You're like shill harder for CG. Oh man. Yeah, so I do think it don't criticize your ships. Okay, I'll still tell you the farming pathway for your ships. I just won't roast you for them. I promise. But I think the Lightspeed bundle is going to be I think I know they know what they're doing. They're 100% their marketing is just trying to get us to because of the like sell us absolute crap because of the raid coming up, and that's just what their plan is. So, and it's a smart plan, right? Like it's a smart business idea. They're like, hey, let's shove absolute crap on these things and then make people purchase them. Yeah, so I do need because I'm slowly farming Gungans, I do need as much as I can to get like decent raid participation, and that's just a very, very easy way to do it. So yeah, but unfortunately I want to get those two guys up and running, but I'm so close to JMK right now that I'm just gonna continue. Hey, thanks Enigma. So I'm just so close to JMK that I'm gonna finish JMK. So finish JMK, finish Cat, and then I'm gonna go for this one. So in a month, as I slowly, I'm probably gonna double farm these guys once they're farmable. Unfortunately, the energy that we get from them is so crap. Like these additive drops, just absolute garbage, right? So hey Ren, thanks. So since the additive drops are so garbage, and I get Queen Amidala next month, I'm going to finish JMK Cat, which I should be finished by next month, and then I'm going to go all in on Queen Amidala and these two. I'll probably R7 this team right here, and then I'll finish off Marin, Zori, Leia, and at this point, instead of Jedi Knight Calcestis, I might just like go Gungans here, because they should be farmed by then. So maybe Gungans here, depending on where they are, so that way I can get the raid participation as well. So yeah, so I'm pretty flexible on the Gungans. That's why I have them down here. I just, whenever I have the shards farm, I'll shove them in. But 100% I have to finish Marin because I promised it. I feel, hey, thanks Marquis for following it. I see you got your priorities in like the biddies and then the follow. But thank you Marquis. Marquis, no. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing right there for these guys. What was I doing? I need to find the node. No. 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 So what have you guys, how have you guys been? I feel like it's been so long. And when I was gone, I just didn't have internet all that much. Like it was just like two weeks with almost like absolutely no internet, because by the time I went home, like we were in a hotel, but there were so many of us in the hotel that the internet was just being throttled and I wasn't able to really do anything. So yeah, I kind of missed out on some of the stuff. And I wasn't able to play my alt like literally at all. And then I did the best I could with my main. But sometimes I just couldn't get on the internet, so I couldn't do all that much. I don't think I missed any tickets for my guild, so somehow I was able to still do that. Yeah, see how like garbage this is? Like just absolute garbage additive drops. They've been, I'm really not happy with what CG's been doing lately. Like they have additive drops, and then what they've been doing with these galactic challenges has been absolutely bonkers. Like these, like absolute bonkers. I probably lost like 30 in a row against not this last one, but the one before that. Like I must have lost 30 in a row. Luthen, I'm not too enthused about Luthen. I think he's gonna be on the bench for, again. I'll farm him. I'll get him in the 5th conquest, and I really don't know. By then I'll be able to see how good he is, and maybe I'll get him up and running if there's a reason for it. Like if he has a ship or something, then I'll like red box or something if he's part of the next big fleet, which should hopefully be coming soon. Yeah, this last one was three easy battles in a max crate for the Galactic Challenge. But prepare yourselves, spread them cheeks for this next one that's coming up for the Gungans. Because that's gonna be like a 1 or 2, just getting your 1 or 2 Omicrons and calling it a day, unless you have Gungans. Yeah, like it's gonna be rough. Gonna be rough. His ship is the best ship in lore, is it? I don't know anything about his ship. Can anyone expand on it? Because I know people were saying like, oh, we want his ship or something, and I really don't know anything about it. So can anyone expand on like what makes that ship like so good? Because I really don't know anything about it. I saw the show and I didn't think anything ship-wise was like too important. So I don't understand it. What's the deal with it? Tell me the secrets. What is going on with that ship? I just don't know. I watched Andor. I just don't I didn't think anything was that special from that ship. Man, this dude just like pieced out my girl. Yeah, his like I'm sure his ship is like cool and all. I just don't understand why it's like the best thing since sliced bread that everyone's been saying. So, a starfighter tried to tractor beam it, and he destroyed the TIE fighters that came out of his tractor beam and made them look stupid. Okay, maybe I just need to rewatch it and see. Got him again. Hey, thanks for the raid. Got him again. How's it going, my dude? How's it going? Tin Man Live. Hey, how's it going? Hello. How's it going, Mr. Tin Man? Welcome to my channel. I'm just doing some, man, a pretty active raid right here. So I'm just doing my dailies. I'm about to do some roster reviews for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So yeah, maybe some. I'll probably do my mods real quick, and then jump into these roster reviews. I think I'll need some of these. I should watch it again. Do you know what episode that was in? Got him again. Bringing up your channel. So you are a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes streamer. Oh. I'm honestly not that familiar with your channel. Here, I dropped you a follow. So whenever you stream, I'll be able to watch your stuff. I do free 100%. So my list, I was gone for the last 2 weeks. So here's my current list. But if you post in here in my Discord, and the way it works is because I do have a lot of interest for my roster reviews. I go priority is donations. So if you donate over $5, then I do those. Is my background music too loud? For me, it's a little loud. Oh, I need to turn it down. Yeah, so priority goes to and I just have a priority list, so it goes donations and then my Discord. And I do prefer, if you want a free roster review, just do it in my Discord, because I do make YouTube videos as well as these live. So if you post in my Discord and you're live, then you take precedence. Otherwise, if you post in my Discord and you're not here during the live, then I use this list to make my YouTube videos. So I make individual videos for your rosters. So I do promise that sometimes it can take like a month or two, but I do get to the roster reviews like 100% free as soon as I can. So, and it's just balancing between those who like support the channel and then also making sure that I can, because if you pay or you don't pay, I give you the same amount of time. I am very in detailed, and I will give you a roster review that is deserving for your account, regardless of if you paid me or not. And if I don't get to you live, then 100% I just go through all these as fast as I can with individual YouTube videos. And it's like, there should be Discord. Yeah, there is. There you go. So there, I do share my Discord. So you see Egnard's. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Egnard's, but you'll see Egnard's roster reviews and then Captain's roster reviews. So you would just have to put it in here. So if you're unfamiliar with me, I do also do scout reviews, GAC reviews. I do have a lot of roster reviews, so I'm not doing the scouts today or really the GAC reviews today. Just because those take a lot longer. But essentially I would like scout your opponent, give you an offense and defense plan, and then GAC reviews is I just review your GAC history, whether 3v3 or 5v5, and just give you any pointers. You see me sometimes on Womprat streams. Yeah, Womprat's a good guy. I do watch his stuff because after I stream, he streams, and so it's a good time for me to jump in there. But that's how I do my stuff. I find it's the most well balanced for me, and it gives you one day. I don't know. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Marquise. No, I do appreciate it. So you still want your one? I don't know, Enigma. I don't know if I'll ever give you I don't know if I will ever give you a your own YouTube video. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so yeah, that was my dailies. Dun, dun, dun. Next we have. All right, so since we have people here, I'll do my mods in a bit later, just because. Do you Marquise knows Solasher? Do you guys want your roster review like right now, or are you okay with me if I just knocked out my mods real quick for the week? Would that be okay with you guys? Like if you guys are in a rush or anything, 100% I'll just like knock out your reviews. But if you guys aren't in a huge rush, then yeah, because I'll do I'll knock out Marquise. Marquise knows, and then I will from there go and do my roster. Oh wow, you're too kind, Marquise knows. You're too kind. All right, so I'll knock out your stuff right now, dude. So you did ask me to be kind on your and I do appreciate that when people tell me like, hey, you know, this thing is just like, I'm working on it right now, and then yeah, okay, yeah, I'll knock out your stuff, dude. How long do reviews take usually? It depends, and Ditesh Ordo, your review's coming up here pretty soon, so I should be able to get it to this one. But it just depends on the account. Like this one's a larger one, so 10.6 million GP, 6.4 in characters, 4 million in ships, 21,000 galactic war battles, so a good amount. Oh, thanks, Marquise. No, Marquise. No. The best way, honestly, the best way is probably the donation tab that I have in my description. But you can do a super chat or a super whatever you guys want. Since it's, you know, the most I like, the less percentage that gets taken from me is the I think it's like an owned link. But either way, any way that you guys want to donate is fine. Just because whatever you're most comfortable with, I don't like to like push you one way or another, just because, you know, it's like whatever way you guys are most comfortable with is probably better. All right, so you do have all the GLs. I do love this PC client. So this PC client is excellent. So you have a good amount of R9s. You have Mace, Maul, Bo-Katan, Malgus. So you do have a good amount of stuff here. Let's look at the bottom. I think looking for accounts like this, it's easier to look at the bottom of the account and see what you're missing. So 100%, as soon as you can farm Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Kenobi, I would start prioritizing these. And 100%, I'm going to, I would maybe even triple farm these, like do 3 refreshes, so just to once they become farmable, because that assault battle looks to be a banger. And you seem pretty comfortable with spending your R9 materials, so I would 100%, I would probably hey, thanks for Justin Bieber Justin Bieber for subscribing. I do appreciate it with the Prime, so thank you very much. So I will say this, with these guys, 100% with their new assault battle, that assault battle looks bangers. And as soon as you can, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. As soon as these guys become farmable, I'm pretty much dropping everything and I'm just gonna accelerate them. I'm not as progressed as your account, so I may keep them at R7 maybe. But even if you look at the difference of R7 to R9, 5 million credits is pretty much like a what do you call it? Sorry, I've been on a business trip, so my mind is all like Marine Corps stuff, not but the credits, the credit smugglers, not smugglers run. Gosh, what's credit heist? Yeah, so it's pretty much like an extra credit heist every month, every tier that you go. So if you can take them to like R7, R9 is the best. Yeah, the crystals are okay. Like, to be honest, 100 crystals is pretty negligible, and it's good. Like everything's good. The R9 material you get back within like 16 months. Like overall, it's just like a banger assault battle. So. Hey, Iceman Steel, thank you very much. So 100% I would take these to R9 and then maybe just R8 Queen Amidala, because for the raid. So that's probably what I'll do, is if I look at it and I'm in a good place, maybe I think immediately personally I'm just gonna R7 them, and then once I get my JMK and Leia finished, then I'll come back and R9 them. Just for the assault battle. But right now, yeah, right now R9 for you, I would accelerate. You said you're going to do that, so good move on that part. I don't think Dr. Aphra is a huge deal. here for you. It's nice to have. I would get this up. Oh yeah, so I would get your profundity up and running. So let's see. So that probably is why, because I did notice your character, or your amount of GP for your characters is within like the, I don't know, like it would be more of like 12 million GP if you had a little more ship GP, I think. But yeah, profundity. So I know you said you're working on your ships, but I would prioritize after you have those, you have your raid contributions. So if you finish Gungans, you finish Queen Amidala's team, then I would finish Profundity, get that up and running. And Radis is great on the ground too. Afra and lore. I would say this, like, you can farm Afra. Like your account is in the place where, honestly, you probably know this, but your greatest weakness probably is your ships without that profundity. And then let's see what you have here. Galactic Republic. So since you have the Marauder, honestly, this Plo Koon, if you could R7 Plo Koon, then that would be a good thing to have for your negotiator. So I would, after you finish Profundity, I would just get Plo Koon up and running, at least to Relic 7. And honestly, I would just buy that bundle if I were you. I know it's like a crap bundle, right? And let's look at your Jedi. And I hate to say this, but like, that bundle is absolute garbage. But for you, hey, thanks for the donation, Snuggles, Dr. Snuggles. I'll add you to the list. So I would say this. I would just buy that bundle. I don't know what I imagine you're probably willing to spend on the game, but your account would benefit from it, and then you could easily take Plo Koon to like R7, and then that would help with the negotiator versus triple attacker. You can R8 them if you absolutely want to for the raid too, and then that's like kind of the luxury. Like, if R8 is needed if the executors like all R9s, but R7 is like perfectly fine 99% of the time. So, but Plo Koon to Relic 7 at least, so that you can get ahead of executor, put the taunt on Marauder, and then you can go for Marauder. Oh, hey, I got a hype train. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. 2 subs, 1,000 bits. Yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, definitely not used to the hype trains on this channel. Thanks, guys. Thanks, you three. R9 Plo is the plan. I don't think you need to R9 him, to be honest. R8 is all you need. There's really no reason, because the raid maxes at R8. The ship, you can get them as fast as you need for the ship at R8. The only reason you would need to R9 him if for some reason you need him in ROTE. So raid max is R9 this time? Is it really? Man, I've been on a small island for the last 2 weeks. So, that's gross. Okay, yeah, R9 then. Man, yeah, so I would say this. I don't think you're gonna need a 4th or a 5th to max out for Queen Amidala. I think with her and the two Jedis. No, I can tell you where I was. I was in would I like to have an account like this? Yeah, of course I would like to have an account like this. But my account is is not, hey Rayrock, is not like this. What would I do differently? What do you mean? Yeah, I do think they may be accelerating R9, but oh, thanks, Get 'em again. Thank you for hanging out. I followed you, so I'll check out your stuff. I do live in Japan, so it's a little hard for me to watch US time zone stuff. So I will say that I think with, and the raid's not out yet, but I think with Queen Amidala and her 2 Jedis, Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon, I think there's a pretty good chance that we're going to be able to max out her raid participation with just these 3, and we won't have to R9 a 4th or a 5th. I'm just speculating here, but I would slow down on the thought process of having a 4th or a 5th for them. Maybe if you really want to max out your R9s for the raid, I would go with Gungans. And then Master Qui-Gon and Padawan and Queen Amidala. Those would be the ones that I would do, and that would probably give you 2 teams that can max out points. But 100%, or not 100%, I'm 90% certain that Queen Amidala with just Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan, with just those 3 alone, have like 90% of the functionality that team needs, and all the other Jedi that's included in there, I don't think will be necessary. And then I think like Keller and Beck, you can make another team out of that. So that's what I think will probably happen, is you'll take a trio for Queen Amidala, and then Gungans, and then you'll probably make another Jedi team with Keller and Beck, and then we'll have the Separatist team, and then I really don't know how many teams we have available, but if I had to guess, it would be a Keller and Beck led team, a Queen Amidala led team, a Gungans led team, maybe a Separatist led team with like Nute Gunray and the droids. So that's what, like 4? 5th one, I don't know. We do have those Sith there. I don't know who the 5th will be, but that's what I'm estimating the teams will be so far. Like Beck, Queen Amidala, Gungans, Separatists, and then 5th. I don't know. We'll have to see what's the most efficient. But 100%, I would buy that bundle. Accelerate these guys. Profundity. And then like if you wanted to after Profundity, even before you do Profundity, I think it would be nice if you could at least like R7 Plo Koon, because everything else is ready. Just like a quick buy the bundle, quick take Plo Koon to R7, and then while you start working on the Profundity until you have these 2 at 7 stars, then go all into these 2, finish your Profundity, and then go in to like whatever you want after that would be the farming pathway that I would go with that. After, if you wanted to, you can go with Afra, but I think, yeah, you can go with Afra, but I wouldn't hate if you like got Trench up and running, honestly. Wouldn't be bad, but you need your Gungans too. So I guess like Gungans after the Profundity, Queen Amidala, like Trench isn't bad, believe it or not. Like Trench on the back wall is a menace. Like a lot of people underestimate Trench, but you get a good Trench team with all the Zetas, especially in TW. Like he's not bad. Yeah, but that's what I would do with this account personally. Marin, I would put some more investment into Marin. How do you so you in my Discord is the best way. So donations first, then Discord, and then chat. So here, donations over $5. Here's my Discord on YouTube is in the description, but here's also, I like pin that. But people sleep on Trench, and I think his hate, he's no dad Bob Boba. I'll say that. Man, I just like totally undocked my chat. There you go. Yeah, I would get Marin up and running. You honestly, even at gear 12, as long as you put like her Zeta on there, like Shadow Strife, just as long as you put this Zeta, that elevates her to a huge degree. So if you can even get this, I'm gonna R8 my Marin for my guild as a platoon, but whatever investment you can, at least Shadow Strife minimum, and then she like instantly elevates the Night Sisters. So, and you bought the Night Sister bundle, so I know you have the Night Sisters. So 100% I would just like, when you can, just slap that Zeta on her and then put more investment on her as you can. But just getting that Zeta will elevate her. All right, let's look at your, but that's like the farming pathway I would go. I do think that you need to focus on raid currency. I'm not saying you need to start, you have to start like whaling or anything, but I would start double farming the Gungans right now, and then I would like put everything into those 2 Jedi once they're possible to farm. All right, let's look at your mods. All right, I don't think this is modded. I do like the crit damage, but I think you may have some health here or something. Yeah, it's not tenacity. So I would go protection primary here, protection primary here. Crit damage here is fine, and then protection here is fine. But 100%, I would change these to protection primary. Because you want as much protection as you can get. It converts it into health. It makes them super thick. The speed is decent. The crit damage triangle I like, so I do like that, and I like that you do that. Like the 100% this needs to go. This could go to a different character. It's not a bad mod. You can put this on like a Jolie or something if you have a speed set on Jolie. But 100% or like even a Jabba. This would be a good Jabba mod, to be honest. But I wouldn't put it on Lord Vader. Protection on those 2. It'll make him much thicker, allows him to survive long enough to ramp. You need more protection on your JML. What you have them R9, so which means a lot of these aren't protection, and these need a protection. So this is protection. This needs to change to protection. Like you can get potency here. Like I do like as much potency as you can, but you can get as much potency as you have right here with secondaries. And I do like a little more speed here too. So I would protection primary here. Protection primary here. Yeah, a little slow on the protection, and I get it. Like I don't know why, but speed with protection primary is really hard for me too. But 100% I would do that. What beats JMK team with Padmecron? If you know, I think JMK beats that. I think Darth Bane has a chance. My Darth Bane actually lost. I didn't take in Set. So I think that may be why I lost. Like I took Darth Maul. The thought process was I could control their cooldowns. Unfortunately, their cooldowns wasn't controlled when I went in. For Conquest, okay. Yeah, but if once you're done with Conquest, protection primary here. So I do like 10% protection here and 10% protection here. And if you have a protection, even if you have a speed primary here with decent, you can still hit about 150k protection. If you put a protection primary here, then you can hit about like 160, 165. So my goal is like at least 150k protection, 550 speed, and as close as much potency as you can. So that's the goal. But I have similar-ish potency without a potency set. I just have potency secondaries. And it's like, yeah, GLs just require the best mods that you can get. But if you can get them, then it's really good. Bane C? I don't know. Without Datacron? You'd have to try. Bondforged, Galeforce. I don't know. To be honest, I would have to look at the data right now, which I just can't do because I'm doing this. A health. So this is a was Calvin Awesome modded. A Calvin Awesome modded SOKR. I personally don't subscribe to the health SOKR. I don't hate it. I understand why it's done. The only thing I would change is this. I would not put an offense triangle here. So you need a crit damage one. So if you want to go all health, at least put a crit damage, because he always has advantage. He has 130%. So it's like he always has 230% crit chance. Like if he can crit, he's going to crit. So you need a crit damage triangle here. So if you want to go with a health SOKR, that's perfectly fine. That's like, you know, that's like your opinion, man. I personally like to mod them the same way that I would mod a JMK. So health circle here, offense triangle, or offense cross here, a crit damage triangle, and any SOKR should have a crit damage triangle, and then speed here. So, and then as much health or whatever you can get. That's a great mod actually. And then as much offense percent that you can get here with speed. Not with the current Datacrons. With the current Datacrons, I'm perfectly fine with how, because he always ramps. Like you get so much offense from those Datacrons. I literally like poke, swipe. I killed the whole Java team. I don't think yours would do that with an offense. And don't get me wrong, with the Datacrons, he's gonna perform pretty well either way, but like the damage potential for a crit damage triangle compared to offense primary is a lot different. So if you want offense, like you can mod him for offense. If you want health, you can mod him for health, but you always want the crit damage triangle here, in my opinion. So take it for what you want, but like with his Datacrons, he's going to perform no matter what. This is good. This is fine. Everything that you have here. So yeah, I'm sure it does. Just again, just my observations. So I like this, but this is good. I don't mind a little lower health if you can hit close to 13k damage. So I don't mind this whatsoever. The only thing I would, that's a good amount of offense. I don't know. I think I would change this to a health primary with decent speed secondaries, and at least same thing, like as much same thing, like over 5% health. And I think that would overall get your health up, and then the speed really doesn't matter all that much, and then the damage, because you can sacrifice like, you know, 8-ish speed, 10-ish speed on your Ray, boost up that health a little more, and then have the same amount of damage. So I would recommend changing this one. This is good. This is fine. This honestly, I would probably change this to someone else, and I would try to find another one with health percent here with a little better speed, but you can give this to someone else too. It's a good mod. This is good. If you haven't calibrated it, I would calibrate out this health. I imagine you probably have calibrated it, but if you haven't, I would calibrate out this health or this potency to try to land on speed or offense there. That's good. This is good. I would calibrate out this potency if you could, but you probably already have. So yeah, that's what I would do with that. Honestly, I would probably take this mod up. Not for this character, but just in general, just to try to hit this offense and give it to someone else. But, you know, that's me. This is good. This is great. A little slow. I think your secondaries are a little... No, these are good. This is good. So your rate, this is good. I like this. Ton of health, decent speed. La Jaba. Little slow. I like the tenacity. Protection. I like health on him. I'm not a big fan of this protection here, so I would change this to a health one. There's nothing here that screams like Jabba, like nothing. Like you want health here, you want more speed. He doesn't care about offense all that much, like hardly at all. Like he only has one damage that does, like, and that's this Crumb's Revenge. And the only time it really like does damage is Conquest, and you can get that damage through Data Disc. So I would say to give this to someone else. It's honestly not that good at 10 speed, but I would put health here, and just tenacity, health percent. You'll have health percent here, but tenacity and speed, if you could. Yeah, same thing here. Nothing here screams Jabba. So he doesn't care about crit damage. He doesn't care about protection. He wants better speed than this. So I would change this. Same thing. Health, tenacity percent is what you're looking for. This is okay. I don't hate any of these stats. It has decent speed, so I wouldn't mind keeping that. This is excellent Good tenacity. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, same thing here. Like, this is okay, but that speed is really low. He doesn't care about offense. So I would probably try to find a replacement for this when you can. And yeah, like, if you could, like, this wouldn't be my forever mod on Jabba either. Like, it has tenacity, it has some speed, but you want like health percent here if you can. So there's definitely improvements that you can make on this Jabba. I personally don't like a speed set on C. I would just go all health, 200k health, because you only have 107 speed here. You could actually hit a lot more speed if you just have like really good speed secondaries on just the best health with speed secondaries, health with health percent primaries with as much speed as you can get here, and that would probably be the best that you can do, because overall like 472 speed and 160k health is kind of low for both, especially with a speed set on here. So this needs to be health primary. Yeah, this is fine. And then if you just fix things like this speed secondaries, I would do that. Like, this is fine. This is good. You should work this one, because this one 100%. This is a spicy meatball. This one just needs a little more loving. Just slice it up. Just two more hits, but it has tenacity. Honestly, this is a great one. Well, yeah, but there's, hey, the Frankto, how's it going, dude? I'm just saying, what can you do? But honestly, this is a good Jabba mod. If you slice this up to get as much speed as you can here, this has potential to be a very spicy 12 more. This could be a 29, a plus 29 speed. And then if it hits tenacity or defense, like, hey, that's all gravy, baby. All gravy. But yeah. Just recommendations. And I'll just look at your overall 350. That's not bad as your fastest. Let's see. 288. So your mod depth for speed is a little less than I would hope. But you just got to work on it. You got to work on your speed secondaries, and you'll be okay. So 304. Okay. Yeah, so you definitely need a little bit more. Have you seen my mod guides on YouTube? You said you watch my YouTube, so maybe you have. But my mod guides on there has a good way to build high potential mods, and that's what I would do. Focus on with your account. Like, you have Jabba, as long as you're doing three refreshes a day, and you're slicing up mods that have high potential, then you could start building decent mods. I'm sure you have okay mods in here overall, but honestly, where you are in the game, mods aren't the end all be all. It's probably more datacrons. So datacrons are probably honestly where you are more important than mods, but having mods just enable harder to win matches, where you look at a match and you're like, oh, this is like a 60% win or something, or a 70. Having good mods can help increase the likelihood of those like more risky matchups when you have your characters modded correctly. Yeah, so don't feel like because I'm sure your account performs beautifully, and it's not the end all be all that you need your mods, but if you dialed in your mods, then it just makes your account a little more efficient in Grand Arena, and then those risky matchups, you may have a little better success rate, so you'll be okay. Like, but as long as you have like this 100%, you want all health here, like health primary with health, like health, and then health. So like Bane, 100% you need to change these. Like the speed's fine, the other stats really don't matter. You just need survivability. So you need as much health as you can. Even if you're running him with C, like he does damage based, like you want his health to ramp, that's how he survives. So deal physical damage to all enemies based on Bane's max health, and he ramps up his health. So you want as much health as you can, also to survive, because even if you take him with a weaker Sith, like not C, which you should be like splitting C and Bane right now, you need him to survive. So, and even with like I do like this Zeta. He doesn't need this lead Zeta. I do like this Omicron. So Essence of Dominance. If you have a spare Omicron, I would get this up and running, and then I would put a Zeta on Soul Sever whenever you have a chance, because this guy is good. And even once he loses his Datacron, I think he'll still be able to take out some really, really good teams. So I think it's worth the investment personally. So something to think about, but I would change. Yeah, so I would change out these immediately, even if that you have, hey Dakota Honecker, how's it going, my dude? Thanks. Yeah, I went to Guam, or no, I'm sorry, I was in Guam, but I went to Palau for like 2 weeks. So yeah, health percentage here, and then health percentage here. Well, he's, he by solo, he means he does the duo. I will say he will still be useful. I don't know I think I'll use him to kill Lord Vader or something when it's just him. But I think without the Datacron, he's still going to be really good. At least in Grand Arena with his Omicrons. Like, he's still going to be useful. His Datacron right now makes him like absolutely cracked, but even without the Datacron, like, he's well worth the investment. So I would, but Essence of Dominance is a very important part, because that increases their cooldowns by 2. DTMG and Bow. So Bow is good, right? Bow is good, but I do think there's other things that you should focus on first, like raid participation. I don't know what is expected for your raid, but the earlier you invest in your raid characters, the more investment that you're going to get back, and then you can invest. I don't know if you've seen my hierarchy of needs, but I think raid participation is going to be very important. And you're 10.6 million GP, so I imagine you're getting good raid participation, and your guild's going to expect good raid participation. So I would say raid participation first, then profundity, then you can work on kind of our Plo Koon first too, like Plo Koon, getting him up and running, and then from there you can do kind of like whatever it is that you want. But like, I wouldn't invest in Plo Koon until you bought the Lightspeed bundle, if you're willing to buy it, and it seems like you are, if you are going to be willing to. So Lightspeed bundle. After that, hey Bones, how's it going, my dude? How's it going? Thanks for the raid. How did your stream go? I caught a little bit of it. But yeah, that's what I would do with your account and your mods. So if you can, I would watch the my mod theory guides, so that you can start building. And I promise you, you can build like excellent mods. You have the crystal income, you have Jabba, you have everything you need to build plus 25 mods weekly. So 100% you can knock that out. So, and then ships, yeah, the only thing that's like shining I see that needs to be fixed is Plo Koon would be excellent, but like would just elevate that thing. I would finish off the stars on your separatist fleet. So it is a good fleet, and just like one fleet at a time. Hyena bomber. No, Marquise. No, this wasn't bad. This was nice. This was nice. I'm sure people would tell you this was. Hey Hizuma, this was a very, very nice roster review. So my ears just needed popping. Sorry. Yeah, very nice. But I would finish your separatist fleet. I would Believe it or not, I would get the stars back up on the Star Fortress. It's just it's a fleet farm, I believe. So just like slow farm that. Yeah, you have a good account. You have a good account. No, I'm not gonna go in on this account, but you have a good account. There's quick things that you can do to elevate it. Like I would finish the stars on this. I would get your Star Fortress up and running. I would get Plo Koon after the bundles, get him up and running, and then I would start doing all your other stuff. Much better than I'm a nice guy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm a really nice person. So I'm just a nice guy. So that's what I would do with this account. Like, excellent account, dude. I like that you're farming datacrons. I like, just please work finish off your fleets, just knock them all out, and then start focusing more on mods. And it seems like you're just investing, you're working your mods, but you're over investing in mods that don't hit the right speed potentials. So please watch my mod guides and then work on that. And I promise you, if you do that, you'll build good mods over time. But overall, like, excellent account overall. But I like it. I like your account. I think it's especially for a 5-year-old account, it's good. I've seen much worse 5-year-old accounts, so I think you're not doing anything wrong. You just there's things that you can work on right now that can improve. And then if you improve I think the greatest thing that you can do is improve your modding habits, and that'll help your account. And it's like not the end all be all where you are in the game, because it matters more on like matchups and datacrons at that level. And that'll be what you need to improve on. No problem. Yeah. But excellent account, dude. I think, yeah, it's like you got a lot of the things. All right, let's see. Let's work my mods real quick. So I'll do that, then I'll just jump into the rest of them. All right, so when I work my mods, I hide my face. So toodaloo. Eagle Vision, how are you doing? Oh, thanks. Oh, that's really nice of you, dude. I do appreciate the kind words. I do. So I appreciate it. I definitely do. I do. I am safe. I am all right. I want to give you guys the full experience. And the reason why I hide my face is like, if I come here, actually I don't have to here. Because the other version, here, let's see. You can see all this. Okay. Before I had to hide my face because there was like buttons here that I was covering, but I don't have to anymore because of the PC client. Excellent. All right, so let's manage these. I'm gonna sell my accuracy and my defensive mods, and here's a good one. So I'm not gonna sell this one because it has the potential. This could be like a plus 30 speed mod. Who knows? The potential is there, but I'm not gonna sell it. And it's a defense with defense percentage, so that's good in itself. Kyber 3 is kicking your butt. Tell us something you could do right away to help. I could give you so put a request, Dakota Honecker, in for a GAC review, and then I could look at what you're doing for your GAC. Just put it in my Discord. As this week I'm not going to do GAC reviews, but next week I'll probably do them, and then I could knock out that for you, Dakota. Or when I do Lord Bane, yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute. So yeah, so I'm gonna sell these, but I'm gonna keep this one, and I keep the ones that are either purple or gold for defense percent or accuracy, because it's free. So I'm gonna work this one, and then who knows, we'll see. I'll probably take note of it before. Maybe it's crap, maybe it's not, but I need more credits. I spent a lot of my credits getting doing the because I bought a lot of credits this week, believe it or not. I spent a lot of my credits just getting those 2 Jedis up because they were pretty low gear. They were only like level 50 something, so I got them both to 85. Yeah, no problem. That's Marquise note. That's how I do all my roster reviews. So all my roster reviews are that level of detail. Just because if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something right. Yeah, no problem. I'll just whenever you come back, let me know, Solasher, and then I'll add you to my. You'll be next. All right, so I'm revealing all my secondaries here. I'm gonna reveal my grays. Let's see how many I have. Upgrade this. So I upgrade them all to 9 first. It'd be like 3 minutes. Yeah, no problem. I'm just working my mods. Let's go to speeds here. I'm just looking and see if there's any mods that I want to keep and give an extra chance, like, because this one like is garbage. And all it does is it gives me one extra shot at having these possibly work. And it's not like, oh, it's 100%, but I like giving it one extra chance for mods that have, for what I need. Like I need protection primaries, I need crit damage, this just like whatever is the good ones, that's what I'm trying to, and it's not guaranteed, right? It's like a really low chance that it may hit, but I like doing that so I have a chance. Yeah, this was a really crappy week as far as and then I take it to 12, and so for these 10, if one of them hit like +4 or 5, then it's worth the 500k. But it's better, it saves me, you know, millions of credits over time. So it doesn't look like any of them really did hit, so not a big deal. So sell no speed. I'm gonna look through these, make sure none of them are tenacity. Hey, thanks Soulman for following. So none of them are tenacity, with tenacity on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and select them all and then sell them. Get some of that juicy credits back. All right, let's go work my grays. So let's sort this by speed. And then these 3s, I'm just gonna sell. This is crit damage. Oh, do I want to keep that? Maybe I'll try it. I'll try it. Why not? I don't have that many I'm working here. Yeah, so if all mods should be worked, but I do have a free to play account. I'm honestly on the fence on what I'm gonna do with it, because I don't have time right now. I don't have time to work my 2 accounts, because I am working on a master's. I have 8. That's not good. All right, I do need these, so let me give it one more hit. Offense, ugh, killing me. I do need those really bad too. All right, I'll still be able to use it, but not a lot of grays here for me to work this week. +10, that's decent. Still workable. 16, hey! Ah! All right, let's see. All right, potency. So I'll save this. This has potential. You have potential. All right, let's see this crap one. So it's probably not going to hit anything. 8. Hey, look. Oh, 13. Here we go. 18. Hey. All right, I'll lock that one. Crit damage with 18 speed. Hey, not bad. Sometimes you got to work those crap mods. RNG. I'll say this, Marquise no. It's not about RNG. So this is a statistics-based system, and if you work mods with high potential, then you will build good mods over time. And like because out of all those mods, you may be like, oh, you're just lucky. But if you looked at it, I filtered out like, I don't know how many mods it was there, like, I don't know, 60 mods or something. And out of those 60, I built like 2 good mods. And part of it is RNG. Sometimes I have weeks where I don't build anything that's good, but the other part is just knowing what mods to work and then filtering out all the ones that have zero potential. Because if it didn't hit speed, I sold it. And that it didn't hit speed, I sold it. And there's like speed thresholds that you need to hit because of how much the potential cost of working it. Because absolutely, you can build good, like decent mods if you just like slice whatever. Like if you slice every mod as long as it has speeds. Well, so RNG is less of a factor when you look at like over a year of working mods. Like the data will average out, and that's just how it is because it's a statistics based system. And sometimes like you'll build good ones and sometimes you won't. So I may farm like 200-300 mods a week and then I work them, and then maybe I'll get like a few times. Like last week, or it was 2 weeks ago, I built like 10 good mods in a week, like 10 mods that had the potential to be 6 dots. And then this week, maybe it'll just be 2, I don't know. But if you build good mods over time and you know what good high potential is, then you can build decent mods. And I'll say this, in 1 week, right? In 1 week, RNG is absolutely a factor. Like absolutely. Some weeks I have good RNG, some weeks I have bad RNG. But if you look at like a year's worth of playing, that's when the data averages out. So if you look at like a single instance, then 100% like that RNG factor is important. But if you look at like an entire year's worth of played, how you work your system is going to determine what type of mods you have. And that's what I'm saying. And it's because it's a statistics-based system, and no matter what, like I can promise you, CG doesn't like weight any of these. It's just purely statistics. And if you look at like, if you take a statistics class, or if you understand statistics, then you'll know that over time you will build good mods. What do I think about the new assault battle? I think the new assault battle is excellent. So I think it's excellent, and I think everyone should invest in it personally. A lot of crap in here, to be honest. All right, flip it. Let's flip it and reverse it. Oh, I need these two. Should I keep it? I have characters that need that actually, sadly. Are you using my system, Marquise, now? I'm just saying this, like, watch my mod guides, do my mod system exactly how I do it, and then come back to me in like a month or two and let me know how you're doing. Because I've seen accounts that are like brand new, and I mean like players that are just absolutely brand new players, and they're building decent mods over time. I have a viewer, Jailboy. Like, this guy started watching me when he was like only a few hundred GP, and he has like good mods in his account. No, I'm not saying I'm saying statistically you'll have better results than if you just like go in willy-nilly, is all I'm saying. So I'm just saying, like, try the system out. Let me know what you think. Okay, yeah. So you should use it for your main account, to be honest. Like, just build these filters. It makes working mods really quick, and then you can do whatever you want. You don't have to use my system, but I know my system because I built it, and my system I think is effective for building decent mods. I don't need that. Don't need that. Protection. I don't need this right now. Let's go sell these stuff first. So all I know is my system, and I know how other people work it, and it's not about like how often you work mods. It's just like, are you investing in the right mods over time? Nothing too exciting here, to be completely honest. So I'll just move on from this week. But if you do, ooh, what's going on here? I have a lot of mods here. I need to like filter through these. 13s. Ooh. Defense. Ooh. Maybe I'll work that one. I don't know. A lot of tenacity. 7. I have a lot of crap here. I just need to like. I need to equip them. So nothing too exciting here. This one's yeah, nothing too good. All right, let's select all. Go upgrade. Only 3 mods. No, I'm not. I don't think you're having a go or anything. No, I understand. A lot of people believe that. They're like, hey, my mods just, I just don't have any luck. And I understand. I get it. All right. I do think I was working on mods for. Let's go speed here. What do I want to do here? I did have some pilot mods. I was working on some characters, but I do like this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and work those. So this one, get this slice. Let's see if I can hit. Let's aim for like a 24 or something. See if I can get it. Yeah, see 24, not bad. Crit damage with 24. I do need a I need a JMK mod, and I need a I'm gonna steal my Dash Rendar crit damage triangle probably for Cat. So I do need like 2 more good ones of these. So this will be like maybe I'll give this to Dash Rendar or JMK. Probably not Cat. I'll probably take but I need a few of these. So pretty happy with this one. This one's good. Let's work it. See what we can get here. Sometimes you work these and nothing comes of it, you know, like you just like slice it and it's just like, yep, I'm not gonna work for you. So let's do that. Yeah, see health percent, let's calibrate it. This potency is like pretty crap, so I think I'll try to make this a... Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Potency. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll keep changes. And sometimes these mods just like break your heart. Sometimes they just break your heart, right? And I may, yep, see, and this mod just is never gonna work. Like it's gonna stay here forever at the like 317. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll slice it one more time and see if it hits. Oh, 22. Oh, can I hit it again? Health. Okay. So not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna leave it how it is. I could do a 40 here, but not going to. I'm fine with it. I'm fine. So a 24 and a 22 mod, nothing too special. I don't think I have any more slicing material here. Yeah, I don't. So I do have some calibration material. So let's go to work 6.mods and then sort by speed. See what we have here. Anything worth calibrating? 4, 4, 4, 4s? No. I don't care about these. I think 4 means, yeah, they're at the 40. 5. Do I want to calibrate this? 25. I don't think I want to use my calibration this week on that one. 4, 4, 4, 4, 6. Oh yeah, I never calibrated that one. 4. 3 calibrations. This one I need to slice up. I totally forgot about it. Protection. You have protection. Alright, so 25 here. Pretty happy with that. Let's see. 3, 4, 4. If I got more slicing material, I could probably like slice that. Flat health. Maybe I'll calibrate this. See if it hits one of these. Offense or speed. Tenacity, of course, why not? Why not? Keep that changes. And then 3, 3, 4. All right, let's calibrate this one. Flat defense, yes, please. Can you hit speed here for me? Defense, defense on defense, defense on defense on defense. Oh man, look at that. One extra defense. It's a spicy meatball right there. Honestly, these I'm probably gonna like slice up in the future. So, yeah, not bad. Not a bad mod week. See, and I do this every week. And if you do this every week, you'll build decent mods. I honestly don't know how many good mods I built. Like 4? What was there? Four decent mods that we were able to get this week. 2 of them were new. We worked on 2 old ones. So I think it was like 3 or 4. I can't remember. But we did some things right. We did some things. Some decent mods came out of it. I'm going to, you know, two more mods. This one will be this way forever. I don't think I'm going to like, because this is good survivability, good health on a speed. I can find a home for this. I don't need to work that anymore. Like it would be nice, but the potential of this 40, like if I use this 40, that could be, you know, 2 mods that I could slice that could be higher potential than this. So you have to look at the potential cost as well. So if this was like a 24 or something, 100% I would slice this, but like a 27, 28, yeah, even a +3 would be good. And maybe I would, I don't know. I'll have to see. I do have a lot more mods that I need to slice. And this one is actually a pretty good candidate to be sliced one more time, even at 40, like maybe one more, because it has 5 hits on health, which means it has a 33% chance, and it's a +25, even if it's a 3. So maybe I would do this one, but this one's a heartbreaker. This one's a heartbreaker because I promise, I won't promise you, but you know, the majority of the chance, 66% of the time, you know, it's going to hit potency or protection, and then you're just going to lose. Do I move my mods around? I work my mods all the time. Usually, so what I'll do for like this, right? So I'll go here and let's see, I'll look at this. Let's just look at, not 6 dots. Here, let's do this, and then what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll filter by speed, and I'll see like, okay, who needs a faster speed mod or something. So I'll look in and be like, oh, who could benefit from this mod? It has a lot of protection, a lot of health, decent speed. It can go to anyone, honestly. This will probably be like my cat mod, so maybe I'll shove this on like cat or something. But like at this moment, there's a lot of characters like I could put it on. This honestly has potential, so I would just slice this one. But you know, I could put it on any number of characters really, that like an Imperial Trooper or whoever, and I'll just look and see like, oh, who needs this mod? Probably gonna be a cat or a JMK mod. Probably cat because it has good health. So probably what I'll do with it. And same thing, I'll go to like this crit damage one, probably filtered by crit damage, and I'll look at it and be like, all right, so this one has 24 speed. Who needs a crit damage mod that would benefit from this? Like he would benefit, she would benefit. Cat, this is probably cat's mod, so I'm probably gonna change this one, give this one to cat, and then this one will go to dash. So I'll give this one to dash, this one will go to cat, or this one will go to dash, dashes will go to like cat, because my dash Rendar right now, honestly, his speed is a little nuts right now, like unnecessarily fast. Where's he at? He's at 342 speed for dash. I really don't need that fast. So I'll probably like take a lot of these, because they're just like pilot mods, to be completely honest. So I don't need, yeah, cat can't use any of these. So I don't know. Maybe I'll switch out some. But yeah, I just build good mods and find homes for them, is what I do. So. All right, but that's my mods. Later on I'll go in and I'll and I'll work my mods stuff. Okay. So who's next? So Lasher, you're here, right? Let's look at your account. That's my mod working. And again, like if you do it, if you do that, because every week, because this week wasn't anything special. It was an okay week, right? Like we built some decent mods, but this week wasn't anything special. It wasn't like any greater than I'm used to getting. It wasn't any worse than I'm used to getting. It's pretty average. So I built a 22, a 24, a 25. I'm pretty sure I built another one that was like pretty good with like slicing or calibrating or something. So like 3 okay mods that I built. Oh, I sliced up one. I don't remember. But either way, like a normal week for me. And if you use the system that I use, you have Java, you do your 3 mod refreshes a week, and you do what my guides say, then anyone can do that system and build it up. All right, so Asher, I thought your GP was higher than this, 6.2. I don't know why. I thought you're getting up there. 3.6 million characters, 2.5 inch ships. So I'll ask this before 9 months. That's pretty quick. That's pretty good for 9 months. Who's planning on buying the Lightspeed bundle, that Jedi one? So who's planning on buying it, and why are you buying it? Like, what are you doing with that? So you have Leia. You've R9 Caloran back. So you're gonna use it for. No, you're fine. No, for some reason I thought you were like in the 7s, like early 7s. I know like some other, like Baroness is 7 million now, Cunctator, and that's why I thought you are. I know you are. Why are you gonna buy it, Dakota? I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy how crappy that bundle is and how much people are gonna buy it because just for the raid, to be honest. Only for the raid? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy it for the raid. Honestly, for Plo Koon too, like I plan on getting Plo Koon to R7, so getting him to R5 is a nice little boost, and then just 2 more. There's a lot of good things in your account. I don't like how you don't have your basic here. I would get that. I think you've had SLKR for a while now, so I would get his basic. It's a good basic. Don't let those haters who say he doesn't need his basic or it doesn't do anything. Like there are times where that 3rd crit damage will get you either the kill or it'll get you the alt charge that you need. So it's a good Zeta. Like I think it's definitely worth it. Like GLs should get all their Zetas. I wouldn't sleep on that one. All right, so yeah, so I do like this. It's hard, right? Because we're in a world where we need so many things, but I do think that there are characters I take to R7 because I think they're worth it. And I would say Starkiller is a character that wants R7. So his damage is really low here. I prefer an offense arrow on him. Crit damage is fine. This is good. So you have good mods, good speed. When you can find one, because like a square is pretty easy to find, right? Because all you care about is like decent speed, as long as it hits like 3 hits with 14 or if it's 5A with like 14-15 speed, and then you just like work that. That would be good, and that like his speed is fine, right? But you want the 6-dot mod here for the extra offense, and that's the main thing. But you don't want a 6-dot mod like crap, because he still likes speed, so you can easily hit like over 300 if you just find a decent mod here and just work, because I do speed, offense, and health mods primarily, because with those 3 you can mod your entire account. And just where we are, where everything's like accelerated so quickly, I try to get them. And then speed, like, cause see this measly 1% offense, like you can give this mod to anyone. But I would like you to find, like a 20+ speed offense arrow. No rush, right? Like whenever you have it, you have it. But that would be good. And I know Starkiller is not your priority right now, but in the future, whenever you can. Whenever you work JMK, you'll get Grievous up. I would focus on getting your Gungans at least to like R7 maybe, or wherever you're going to keep them for the raid. R9 is a bit like, the earlier you do it, the better, but it really depends on if your guild is going all in. Like if your guild is like, hey, we're going for some big boy boxes, then you you jump on that big boy train and you pull up your big boy pants and then you R9 your Gungans. Same thing as your Queen Amidala and her 2 Jedis. But otherwise, like if your guild is like, okay, participation, R7's probably going to be fine. They'll probably do everything you need. But the earlier that you put your investment in them, the more return of investment you're going to get for your Gungans. So that would probably be a priority for me, is getting them raid ready, because that's like right around the corner. I would love if you started getting your Jabba sooner than later. I know you just got your Executor. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like 100%. And it's only 3 characters, I think. I think the 100% they're going to be good for just 3 characters. So yeah, and you're pretty close here. I hate this Omicron. I don't like that you did it, especially since your character's like gear 11. I just don't think it's like a needed Omicron. And I wish you didn't apply it, but I would focus on that too. Saved. I don't like it. I think, yeah, right. It's because you're low GP, right? Because your GP is tiny. You're a grower, not a shower. I get it. But if you were a shower, you don't need it. Van Seal, how's it going, my dude? Huge quality of life for Conquest. I get it. I do. I really do. I do. But I don't know. I personally, I don't know. I'll say this. I haven't seen anyone who equipped it that doesn't like it. I'll say that. I just don't believe in PvE Omicrons in a world where I'm still struggling to get the ones I need for GAC, and I'm sure there's ones I would love for TW. I just can't waste something because I could red box without it. A lot of people, the more that you can get up and running, or the longer you have your account, the less beneficial it's gonna be for you. Like in the beginning, I'm sure it's great, and maybe it'll have a great return of investment. By the way, is this the actual like Van Seal? Like, are you Van Seal? I'm assuming probably, right? Like the streamer slash TW, like the only guy who streams. I don't know. Like people have different. You know, he could be like Van Seal _ SWGOHRNC. Van Seal of Twitch fame. Oh, hey, how's it going, dude? I do watch your stuff, so I like, you're like the only TW guy. So, yeah, I watch your stuff. So welcome to my stream. Thanks for hanging out. Big shout out to you, dude. I enjoy your content. So, yeah. But I will say this with, I just think, and maybe in early game accounts, right, or like where you are, it's going to allow you to make conquest easier, and that's probably a good enough return of investment for you. But the longer that you play the game, the more stuff you get into your account, the easier it is to be able to do everything in conquest without it. And then it's just something that decreases over time, and maybe you'll always use it. Yeah, Sanjita does do some videos on TW. Well, he's just kind of like, hey, here's what I did in TW, and then he just makes a video on it. Where I think Van Seal is more like, he's more focused on it. I don't know how to explain the difference, but Sanjita is just like, here's this one video, the one because everyone has different like lines of content. And he has a line of content that is TW, but he's not TW focused. I would say he's in a guild that allows him to put his battles on there. So he's just like, hey, here's what I used, and this is what I did. So, yeah, Well, you really should get the stars up. You should get your stars up, Van Seal, on your. But yeah, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad because either way you're going to relic him up for the assault battle anyways, and it's a good. I don't know. So maybe if I had it, I would have a different opinion of it. But I think not needing it, it's a luxury, and that's it. That's all I'm saying is I think it's 100% a luxury, but it may be very luxurious. Like there's nothing wrong with owning luxurious things. You know, like if I could have, hey, thanks Eagle Vision for subscribing. I do appreciate it. If I could have like some Gucci glasses or something and get my wife like a Gucci or like, you know, something really nice, like there's nothing wrong with having luxurious things in your life. And I've heard nothing but great things for it. It's just, there's so much need, and just especially where I am, and it's kind of like one of those things where if you have everything that you need at the higher end, it's a luxury. And then if you don't have it because you're on the lower end, then you're still trying to get whatever you're focused on, TW or GAC. And Conquest is so horrible that maybe it's worth it, but I don't know. Like I would love to see. I don't know, maybe I need to just watch some more videos on it or something, or watch people's content, but everyone that has it has said like, hey, this is great, I've loved it, it does everything in the world I ever want it to do. But yeah, that's 100%. If someone said like, who's a TW content creator, I would say like only Van Seal. Only because Sanjita that's just like a small portion of what he does. He's just like, hey, here's what I did this TW, and it's not really like, to me, it's not that educational. It's just like how he utilizes his team, and it's just like something that you would watch for content, for fun. Like, oh, that's fun. This is nice. This is what he did for content. Where Van Seal's like, let me educate you on the, you know, well, for one, Gauntlet. You do say Gauntlet a lot on the Gauntlet, and then the teams and stuff. So if I wanted to learn about TW, or if I was like, hey, I have no idea what to do for TW, then I would be like, hey, here is Van Seal. He's the guy who's going to teach you. So you left a guild for making everyone relic Jawas? Who does that? I don't even understand that. Hey, Captain Rex, what's up? Oh, what's the list looking like tonight? So I just started. So my list is just as long as it always is. So if anyone from my Discord is here, then they'll take precedence. I think I have, so from this, we've had 1, 2, 3 put in for today. So at least those 3, and then I have Solasher I'm doing, and then Dr. Snuggles, and then after I finish those 2 premium ones, then I have whoever is here present on my list for Discord, and plus those 3. So that's where it is. For the red crate? For the crate raid? Oh, the crate raid. They weren't even good for the raid. Yeah, they weren't even good for that. But thanks for hanging out, Vencio. I do appreciate it. But yeah, it would be nice to be like that guy. Like, hey, who do you go for this content? And it's like, oh, this is the guy. So you're the guy for TW. I would say, in my opinion, I would say if someone asked me, hey, TW, I'd be like, Van Seal. All right, so next, Sir with the 2 goat emojis is here. Okay, cool. Once I start getting there, I'll ask who's here, and then we'll knock that out. All right. Van Seal, where are you from, by the way? I don't think I've ever heard where you're from. I think it was like, I think somewhere in the south, right? Like Florida or something? Oh, you're in Southern California? I'm from Southern California. I'm from Westminster, Orange County originally. What part of SoCal are you from? No, this isn't it. It's not it. Solasher. Sorry, I just got distracted. Oh, you're from Anaheim? I'm literally 15, or My family lives like 15 minutes away from Anaheim. Yeah, I'm from Orange County. Originally, I live in Japan right now, but my family grew up in Westminster. I don't know if you know where that's from, but it's like Anaheim is it north or south? I think it's north, just like 15 minutes south or something. 20 minutes north of Anaheim. Yeah, so I grew up in like Anaheim, Westminster area, so really right there. Spent a lot of time in Orange County, 18 years of my life. So that's where my family. I go there all the time. That's where all my family's at. Yeah, so Westminster has some really good Vietnamese places. If you're looking for like Vietnamese food, there's no real reason why you would go to Westminster, to be honest. They have like a good place called Garlic and Chives, but there's nothing there that you would need to go to. Like usually I go to like Irvine, Huntington Beach, stuff like that. Like, but I like particularly, yeah. So I would not go there for anything other than the food, except like that's where all my friends live because I'm from there. So I go there because usually we go to like the rodeo, which is in like right there in Huntington Beach. I don't know what it's like, rodeo 34 or something. It's on like I forget the name, but it's like Westminster and Huntington Beach. There's like this place called Rodeo. They have really good pho, and then like a bunch of other stuff like Hawaiian. They have a nice brewery in there too, so we always go there. We just call it the Rodeo. It's like Rodeo 34 or 39 or something. That's a really good place to eat too if you're in the area, so that's where we always go. All right, so you got your 3 Jar Jar. An hour roughly from Anaheim. Nice. That's an hour drive in Southern California is like absolutely nothing. That's like what people do for work. Stop cron. You have good datacrons, Slasher. I did not know you datacroned this hard. Let's see. So you have a good first order one. That's good. All thick crons. This is what I did. I built up the level 9s that I needed, and then I just built up as many thick crons as I could, because an account would, like 99% of the time, benefit from a thick cron. There's a few like mix, like Jabba I use like a good level 9 from the escalating conflict, just because he doesn't benefit from these thick crons as much. But if you have your level 9s, like you have your Padme cron, you have your I don't know if Boss Nass is better or Jar Jar. I'm sure they're both fine. I guess you don't have Inquisitors because you don't have an Inquisitor's cron. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because that Riva cron is a spicy meatball on that level 6. So that's a really great cron. But good data crons. This is probably really helping you out more than anything. I do like this Beck too, like R9. I don't know specifically why you R9'd him right away. Maybe for the raid. Like the raid isn't here yet. We don't know how good his team is. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be Beck. I talked about this before. Queen Amidala, Beck, Quadme with her 2 Jedi as like a 3. Like you're just gonna 3-man that one. And then the Separatists will probably be the other one. And I don't know who. Vanceal, who do you think will be the 5th team? If it's like Separatists, Beck, Quadme, Gungans, and then I don't know. I know there's some like weird Smith. You're in Temecula? Oh, my mom lives in Lake Elsinore actually. So I'm usually when I go to California, I'm like probably 10 minutes away from you, Enigma. Maybe we'll get I don't really drink, but maybe we'll hang out sometime. The next time I'm in California, maybe I'll do like a little meetup or something, because I'm like right there, right next to you guys. Yeah, I like the Hawaiian shop there. Usually I get something. Usually like the chicken. So it's really good. All right. Yeah, but you're 100%. I would focus on the new assault battle first. I do think that you need because you're focused on a lot of side farms, which is good. Like, it's really good, but sometimes, like, when you build depth, you also need height. And like, your ships are really lacking, so you need to work on your ships 100%. Like, yeah, you work like side farm things while you're doing your maid farms. And I think the biggest thing that you miss out on are the side farms, and it may just be a victim. It may be a victim of how old your account is, because it's 9 months old, so you haven't had the time to develop these. But the biggest thing that you do is, like, you build one fleet at a time and you just side farm it. Like, you need your hyena bomber. Like, this is an excellent fleet right here, but you need the hyena bomber. Like, without the hyena bomber, this fleet is like garbanzo beans. It's just it loses a lot of what it can do. Like, that hyena bomber, it gets around taunts, it spreads buzz droids. It's the thickest tank. Like, Sunfax kind of like goes down like a 2-pump chump. Like, he's not in it to win it. He really isn't. That hyena bomber is the foundation here. So, like, you need that hyena bomber. It's a good fleet, and you just need that one. So I would, like, side farm that. Let's look at your bounty hunters. I don't drink alcohol, so I would do like a lunch meetup. But most people like to drink, so I would 100% like hang out at a brewery or something if people want to do a meetup or something. But I don't drink. But we could go have lunch somewhere or something the next time I'm in Latown. I am in Japan, so it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a long time till I go back home. But the next time I'm in California, I'll definitely do something about it. Dave and Buster's is always balling. Yeah, Vencio. I just don't know until we get into it. I know last time you you really went all in on that on that raid like you just did hours and hours and hours of theory crafting. So I'm sure you'll think of something. The good thing is, hopefully we won't get motion sickness from this next one, because I was like 100%. I get motion sickness pretty easily, and I was like, I'm not going to go all in on that. So that's fine. Galactic Republic. You need to get this Y-Wing up and running. It's not even level 85. It's not even level 85. So I would get this Y-Wing up and running at least. The Marauder is good, but you have to get like, I think it's Hunter at gear 11, and then it becomes really usable once Hunter's gear 11. So ship credits are a struggle. It just takes time. Like, it really does take time. So sooner or later, like one magical day, you're just gonna level everything to 85, and then ship credits never become a bottleneck after that. But it takes a long time. I think it was around like 2 years playing, maybe 2 years and some change, 2 years and 3 months. But there was just one day I logged in, I leveled it to my last ship to 85, and then ship credits, I've just been spending them all on mods from there. So one magical day, Solasher. You don't have to accelerate it. It's just a bottleneck until it's not a bottleneck, and you just haven't hit that point where it's not a bottleneck. And I will say, hitting first in fleets helps that too. And then once you get all your assault battles up and running too, that also helps with it, because some assault battles have ship credits. Galactic War is a huge one. Getting first in fleets every day, or at least top 5. Like, all these things help accelerate that bottleneck. But sooner or later, one day, you will do it, and you just have to like one fleet at a time. But you're at a place where you could be farming your Y-Wing, you could be farming your Hyena Bomber, you could be farming your TIE Defender, your Rebel Y-Wing, like all these things you could be getting, your TIE Echelon. So like side farm these ships and get them up and running, and it's going to take some time, but I think like 6 months to 8 months from now, your fleets will be in a good position. And then once you have your raid participation done, you have your 2 bros, at least 2 more GLs. I would say Jabba should be your next big GL. And then maybe when the next Lightspeed bundle comes out for Resistance, if you don't have that, or okay, you have Radis. So whenever you have the Radis at 5 stars, you can go like Jabba Ray For your 4 GLs, at that point you can go like Inquisitors, or Profundity, and then Inquisitors, and then continue doing what you're doing. I think would be a good. No, I would not do it that way. Maybe Imperial Troopers, but well, how far are you from your Mandalorians? Because I see you have Bo-Katan. Whoops, I did a series of misclicks there. I would just like slow farm these. Like you have Caloran back, but you're getting all you need from them. But like just slow farm these if you want to, and then once you have them at 7 stars, then you can start going for Bo-Katan. But honestly, unless your guild is aiming for Mandalore, there's no real reason to accelerate Bo-Katan over someone like Rey, which you're right there for, or Jabba, who's going to give you more return of investment than Bo. So I would finish Rey. I would finish Jabba. I would finish your Gungans. I would finish Queen Amidala. I would finish probably Imperial Troopers. I would finish those 5 things, side farm those ships, and then I would go for Bo. And then maybe Profundity before Bo. So that's what I would do over Bo-Katan personally. Like that's me personally. I just don't see a reason to accelerate her over anything else. She's not going to give you anything unless your guild was going for Mandalore, and then you were willing to get up the Mandalorian and the Imperial Remnant for ROTE. Yeah, Jabba first, dude. You need better mods. 100%. So if you're willing to get like Imperial Remnant and Mandalore up and running, then go Bo-Katan for that. And like, don't get me wrong, she's a good character. I just don't see a reason to accelerate her over like any of the other things like Profundity, Imperial Troopers for their 2 assault battles, Jabba, or anything for the raid currency. So yeah, Haktua on Jabba. I just learned about that Haktua thing like a day or 2 ago. Like one of the Marines brought it up to me. I was like, what was that noise you just made? And then they were like, yeah. And then as soon as you can, like Iden Versio, like side farm Traya and Nihilus as well. Like get him to gear 12, slap an Omicron on her. Where's your Savage at? Man. See, and this is what I was saying. Like, 100% I would rather you have a Omicron on Traya than an Omicron on... And you have, like, Savage, too. And Darth Revan. So I would side farm Traya Nihilus. I would say always look for side farms that are just not... That don't need Chirotech to get to gear 12. And Darth Traya and Nihilus give you a, like, A-tier team even at gear 12. They do everything you need. Everything you need. So yeah, I would get these guys to gear 12. Get an Omicron on Traya. She's good. She's worth it. Yeah, yes. It's a funny thing. It's funny. But Jabba, I would get Jabba. I wouldn't, whatever you're doing with Inquisitors right now, I would stop it until you're ready to go all in on them. Like Inquisitors are not a side farm. They are a main farm when you're ready. But I would say you're not going to be ready until you have 4 GLs, 2 GL ships. And at that point, weaving in assault battles in between those, then it should be the last assault battle that you do is when you farm Inquisitors. Personally, that's what I would say. Man, they'll have the Revens. So you're aiming pretty high. So there's a lot of things that you can do. Whenever you finish those things, I wouldn't hate, honestly, maybe, oh yeah, Inquisitors, there's 3,200 for the entire farm. It's like 28 with just the Grand Inquisitor, but yeah, it's very expensive. But once you have your 4 GLs, you have your 2 GL ships, usually you're pretty close to having the TIE Interceptor and Scythe, and then that's why you're in a good place to go for them. And at that point, your guild should be pushing for them. and you should like join a guild that's getting good ones, so you get Riva relatively soon-ish after that, and then that return of investment becomes worth it when you have like the TIE Interceptor and Riva. But otherwise, if you just have like Grand Inquisitor, they're real lackluster, to be completely honest. They're not that good without Riva and without their ships. So that's what I would do. That's the farming pathway. A lot of mods, all protection. That's good. Ugh. Oh, man, I was just saying such nice things about you, Celestia. I really was. I was trying my best. I was trying my best to be nice. I was like, Celestia's always saying how I'm like so mean to him compared to other people, and I never say anything nice to him or about him. And we were so close. We were like this close, Celestia, this close to greatness. And then you have an R9 Kellerenbeck with something like this, and it hurts me. It hurts me on the inside. But I'll say this. Okay, everything else is fine. I don't know if you just like you did a wake and bake, you know what I mean? Like you just woke up, smoked the ganja. You know, if it was a bong or a blitz, I don't know what you did. I don't know, bong or blitz, which one was it? Was it a bong or a blitz that you smoked before you sliced this all the way up to 6A? I don't know. You tell me. I think it was like a fatty hit. So, you know, maybe, you know, kids are young these days. Maybe it was a vape pen. Maybe it was like a vape pen with the devil's juice in it that you just like, you know, just took it to the chest. But, you know, you were smoking something when you sliced this bad boy up. This is good. This is decent. Yeah, a few gummies. I do like health here, but speed's fine. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, your mods are fine. I'm interested. Yeah, so this is hard to mod for, right? Like, you have to find such weird mods for her, because you want tenacity, you want yeah, protection, you want she's a really hard character to mod for, because you want tenacity, you want more, I would say a little more potency too, personally, but like I get it. This is a really hard character to mod for. She needs really specific mods. But yeah, like, good account overall, dude. I think you're doing a good job. I would say I don't know what priorities you have or what guild participate, because you're only 6 million GP, right? You don't have Inquisitors. I don't know how good your guild is, or how much raid participation you're going to be getting, and that's going to really color what your priorities will be. Yeah, smoking a pancake, a bong or a blitz. Yeah, that's what I always say. Yeah, that was a good movie. That's hilarious. All right, so I would say I would, like, me personally, as soon as I could get Ray, I would get it. I would focus the well, no, I wouldn't. I would focus the Quadmate team first. I would probably R7 your Gungans. R9, it sounded like you were willing to R9 the two Qui-Gon and Master Kenobi, or Qui-Gon and Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi Kenobi. So I would do that, and then, you know, round up your Gungans, finish your Profundity, finish your Jabba first, then probably Rey, then Profundity, all while side working those other things first. No, I wouldn't. Jabba first. Like, I was just saying, like, slowly get the Radis the radish shards up and running. You don't have to accelerate them. But I would say, like, I would do this before you went for Ray. I would make sure you had Jabba, you had you're probably going to go all in on those Quadmate teams. So I would finish the Quadmate team. I would finish, it depends on how close you are to Profundity, but I wouldn't hate if you put Ray before Profundity, because there's no real reason to rush Profundity. But like raid participation, Jabba are very important. That new assault battle looks like it's like yummy, so I would go for that too. But other than that, I don't know. Echo up? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get Echo up for your Quadmate team. Just the 4th and 5th, just fill in with filler. I think in the raid you're not even going to use a 4th or 5th. So what for GAC, you'll just whatever Galactic Republic is there, but I would not specifically farm something that's out of my way for the 4th or 5th. Like buy the Lightspeed bundle, shove in one of those like crappy Jedi, or you know, one of the JMK Jedi or something, you know, just something like just filler, like filler up. But with whatever you have in there, but I wouldn't specifically farm a 4th or 5th for her right now, unless it was like this team really changes with that 4th or 5th. But I haven't seen anything that was like necessary for that right now. And I would rather you work on getting some more GLs or a GL ship, or you know, getting some more quality things than farming just like this one thing that's just extra that probably won't elevate the team all that much, because the core is those 3. The 4th and 5th are just like whatever you have. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Yep. Cool. I don't like that Zeta. It's a bad Zeta. But other than that, it's what I got. Screeny? I don't know what that screeny means. Can you expand on that? I would not do that, team. If that's the 5 you're planning on using, I don't know if it just doesn't put your lead. I would go with Separatist droids. Here, let me open it up in a browser. But I don't really like this, to be honest. Here. I would go with Separatist droids here. Quadmate lead with these 3. So take out her, Kit Fisto, and this. You put the best Jedi you probably... this right here is going to be plug and play depending on what we get. Like, I don't know what this 4th or 5th team is going to look like, but prioritize the good Jedi that you can with Beck. Like, first of all, your Kiadi Mundi, isn't it like 4 stars or something? Or do you have it? Yeah, I don't know if you were like smoking la crack when you thought of this one, but I don't know what you expect to do with this 4-star Kiadi Mundi. But I would not do that. Oh, you're not talking about yourself? I have no idea. No idea. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Maybe this new team is good. I don't know. I don't know until we start, but it's possible. I don't know. So we'll have to see. I would not get Consular up for that personally. I would not. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure like the 3, like I think the 3 is fine. Like I think they're going to be just fine with just these 3. I don't think we're gonna have to like build up a 4th or a 5th. I think we'll just 3-man with Queen Amidala and these 2, and that's probably gonna be all we need for max participation for these. Or it's gonna be like close enough. that it's not going to be necessary to build like a 4th or a 5th. In my opinion, I think a pretty good chance we'll be able to underman this with just these 3. Like Gungans, Underman, maybe these, or probably Separatist droids. I do think Caloran back here, and then I don't know from there, whatever garbage we can. So that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Personally, we'll see. But that's my theory crafting so far. If I had to guess, I would say like this, yes. These 3, Caloran back with company, and then who knows from there for this one. Maybe this with some garbage. I don't know. All right, so the doctor. Are you here? You haven't talked in a minute. Sorry it took so long. Doctor, Mr. Snuggles. Are you in? Is the doctor in? Did I take too long to get to you? I do apologize. I did not mean to take so long. Doctor. Alright, let me go to my request and see. I think you said you put in a request in here already. Let's see. Nobles. Pretty sure we did. Yep. Right here. Alright, if you're not here, I'm still gonna do your... Okay, you are. Okay, cool. I was a little worried there. Alright, let me bring your stuff up. I'm gonna read what you wrote, because you wrote it, so I think I should read it real quick. So, I already reviewed your account around 6 months ago. Your account is now around 1 year old, so 6 months progress. Double the progress. Double the fun. Alright, you're about to unlock GL Leia. 4th GL unlock. Dude! In 1 year? Man. You must be a doctor in real life to be knocking... Because that sounds like you're wailing pretty hard. Alright, next bigger targets are Profundity, Jabba, Jar Jar, Side Farms, Treya, Ben Solo, Finishing Gas. I would say this. I would not prioritize gas right now. I would not prioritize gas. So, let's look at your account and then I'll... we'll see. We'll see what your account's rocking. But like gas is good, right? He's probably one of the top non-GL characters. Some people have said the top, but you have characters like Quadme right now. You have characters like Bo-Katan. You have characters like Bane, and I would say those are probably better teams than Gas. And Gas is good. He can do a lot of good things, but like I just don't see a point of farming him right now over anything else. We'll see. I don't like, because I could probably unlock Gas right now. I just don't have the bandwidth to work on him and his team, so I haven't like really I even have the Get One. I have like 70k Get One ready for him, and I still have not unlocked him because it's just not like, I don't find value in him over anyone else right now. Like, I would rather have JMK, I'd rather have Leia, I'd rather have C. All right, thanks Vash. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, so Gas is good. Like, he's good. He can do a lot of good things, but he's messy on offense, right? And he like hard counters a lot of things. So if you see like Night Sisters, excellent. Yeah, gas that up all day. But on offense, it's like messy, and then on defense, he can be beat really easily, unless you put like a really good Datacron on him. Then it requires something better. Because right now, if you put a 4 Zetas. Mr. Yellow, man, that's a lot of yellow. It's like, block my screen there. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'll add you to my list. Can you drop your ally code? You're gonna have to drop it like putting X's in between, so like 1, 2, 3, X, 4, 5, 6, X, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll get to your roster review as soon as I can. I love the theme though. That's a good icon. Very professional looking. All right, so yeah, but I don't know, like that's just how I feel about gas. I do even advocate, unless you have like it's the only Lightspeed bundle you bought. If you bought the gas bundle, I wouldn't even be mad if people didn't unlock gas, to be completely honest. Just the amount of investment it takes. All right, I got you next, Mr. Yellow. Just the amount of investment it takes to make a usable team. And then to me, it's just like a B tier team I would put on defense. And it's just to like stretch the roster. So once I get gas, which I probably will farm him sometime soon, maybe, I don't know. But when I do, it's just to draw out like a C or something. I don't know. And then that's it. Like that's his job. He just like gives C good banners, and then and that's it. You can bring him on offense, but it's like, yeah, it's gonna be messy and it's not clean. And there's other alternatives. There's enough teams in the game where you wouldn't really need to take gas on offense, unless you go like, if you go like super heavy defense and you just try to like a battle of attrition, like you're gonna turtle and then you're just gonna as whatever you can to clear on offense, then yeah, gas is good for there. Hey, Stone Crow 1. That's a bit is it supposed to be like Stone Crow, or is it meant to be like Stone Crow? But yeah, thanks for following. But yeah, it's just I personally I would say like hold off on gas unless you're going for like Lord Vader, or if they give him like a capital ship. Because if they give him the capital ship, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rush the crap out of gas. I'm just gonna rush him so hard. So yeah. Hey Jayhawk, how's it going? Thanks for following. It's hitting that Hawk Tui. Stonk Row. Okay. Hey Summoner, how's it going? Yeah, so let's jump into this. All right, so 4 GLs in a year. This is insane, the amount of progress you have for a year. Like absolutely insane. You have as many GLs as I do. And I've been playing for like 2.5 years. So that's good, dude. Your ship's probably, all right, and you have an executor. This is nuts, dude. Like absolutely nuts. So let's look at these individual, because it's hard to. All right, so you have this up and running. I would just slowly get it up with a get to for your malevolence. That's an easy side farm, right? All right, you got your Y-Wing, you have your Anakin. You don't like, this Marauder becomes most usable when you have gear 11 on Hunter, because then you can put Anakin under stealth, and that's its main thing, other than being a thick daddy and doing some massive damage. Like the main point of the Marauder is, one, like he tanks, like yeah, he's not a tank, but he can tank. He puts Anakin in stealth and he does like good damage. Overall just like an excellent ship. But it's like even low-ish gear, it's usable, but I would say like gear 11 Hunter minimum, and then the rest like whatever, and then max out this ability, and then it's ready to go from there. So if you're looking at like elevating the negotiator, if you really want to, like not anytime soon, definitely not a priority, but the best thing to do is like R7 Plo Koon, Relic 5 Bad Batch, and then Relic 7 Anakin with the Relic 8 negotiator, and then it can take out triple attacker executors that are really strong. So you know, just something to think about, not right now, but once you get into like the higher levels of Kyber, there's a ton of other counters for Executor. You can use Finalizer, you can use, you can mirror Executor, you can go Profundity, Like Chimera, I haven't like the Negotiator's the one counter I don't have. So the Marauder is the one ship I'm missing in my whole account, and I don't really miss it. And I'm in Kyber 2, and I'm able to clear fleets just fine. I would love it. It would be a luxury, but definitely not a priority there. Side farms. So your ships, like I would start working on your next big farm. So I think you said something about rebels. So this is sitting pretty well here for that. So I would start working on your empire next and just fleshing out these like TIE Reaper, Shuttle, Starfighter, TIE Defender. These are all good ships. Other than that, like just side farm them as you go. I'm sure you've probably been like bottlenecked by currency because your account's so young. It just takes a long time to get that fleet currency. So, you know, just do the best you can. But I would say the next big fleet, other than the Profundity, is your Empire fleet. And to get that up and running, since you have this TIE Interceptor, 100% I would take Iden at least to gear 12. Ideally at least relic 5, and then just fill out all these, and then that's an like an A tier team right here. And if you get Chimera up and running, at least gear 12 on Thrawn, and then level 85 with his abilities up, then that's another team that's like an A tier team that will easily take out executors, like triple attack executors, whatever you want. But all you need is you put the TIE Bomber and with the TIE Advance and Imperial TIE Fighter, and then reinforcements with the TIE Interceptor and the TIE Defender, and then boom, it easily beats executors, even the triple attackers. So once you have like all the Empire, you can split these into 2 fleets. When you have the Scythe, and a Scythe goes with the Executrix, with the TIE Bomber, and it can take out Profundities, and then Chimera with the TIE Defender, TIE Interceptor can take out Executors, or you can combine them and take out Leviathans. So this is an excellent fleets. Don't sleep on them. But I think if you save up what you need for Profundity, start gear 12 at least for Iden, and then Chimera and with Thrawn, and then you're gonna see some, like, it can take out Negotiators, it can take out really anything. It's not great against Profundity. For Profundity, you'd rather the Executrix, but you would have to get that up and running too. But everything other than Profundity it can take out. So, and even when I had Relic 3 on Chimera, Gear 12 on TIE Defender, and with TIE Bomber starting instead of Scythe, I was still able to reliably 2-shot Executors. So pretty much you just have to survive to ult their Bomber, and then you come in with a cleanup and you clean it up. So that can get you wins because someone will like throw their Leviathan on defense and be like, this guy doesn't have Scythe, he doesn't have a reliable counter to beat my my Leviathan, and then you can 2-shot it with a Chimera. And that's what I did before I had Scythe. I was still beating Leviathans, it was just a 2-shot instead of the 1. So something to think about as a side farm. Other than that, like yeah, the big thing is like TIE Defender for your fleets. Yeah, Profundity is better, but getting this and this Chimera up and running after the Profundity 100% would be great. Jabba, you got to get Jabba up and running. Like your account is so hey Johnny, how's it going? Your account is so young that you are probably struggling on things like mods. So you're going to, like, the faster you can get Jabba, the better you are gonna be for your mods. And I probably would have preferred you to get Jabba over JML or Leia. But since you have JML, you have Leia, I would get Jabba honestly before Profundity, unless you were like super close. So let's look at that real quick. So yeah, so you're not super close. So 100%, I would not prioritize Profundity. I would go for Hut Cartel and get Jabba. You don't need Embo. You can go with Boba Fett as your 5th, and it works just fine. Embo is more of like a territory war thing, and then once you get Lord Vader, you'll get Embo up, and then you throw his Omicron on, and he's excellent for territory war. But before that, like Boba Fett, I actually prefer over Embo in GAC. So Boba Fett can just delete people, so I think that's much worth having that in Grand Arena than having Embo. There is no what's the quote? It's like, do or don't do. There is no try, or something like that. I don't know. That's the best I could do with my Yoda accent. It was something along that line, right? So, you know, like, just do it. Nike. That's easier. Nike. Just do it. You need a my name is Egnard. Yeah, there you go. Do or do not. There is no try. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jayhawk, for your service to the stream. It's much appreciated. So the 100%. That's what I would say. Finish up your Jabba. It's worth it. He's good. He's good in GAC. I would say like good in defense in 3s. Offense, it's like nah. You know, not as good as 5s. Or if you have ASICs, just do it better. Is that ASICs? I don't know. They're it's not as popularized as Nike. But yeah, Jabba. 100% I would do Jabba before Profundity. Once you have Jabba, then you can kind of like do whatever you want. Like fleets, more GLs. You can go for like improving a lot of the things. I do like that you have a lot of these side farms done. So like you invested in it, and you have Zori, you have Captain Rex, you have Darth Bane. It looks like you have the appropriate number of stuff. I would get Soul Sever up and running. It is a good Zeta, so I would get Soul Sever, but it seems like your Zeta poor, like you're Zeta homeless. Like you have to get all your Zetas on your GLs, and I would prioritize that over something like Bane. But I would just maybe try to work on things that don't require Zetas too. So finish Jabba. Once you have Jabba, try to work on teams that don't need Zetas for a little while, or your ships. Like get Iden up and running. You know, get this Marin up and running because you have investment in that. Get Qui-Gon, or buy the pack. You don't have to farm Qui-Gon anymore. Just like buy that pack. And then yeah, just stuff like that. Just farm. I would get Darth Treya her Omicron and take her to gear 12 as far as like the other Sith, because that's really going to benefit your account for like really cheap. Like gear 12, like Treya, Savage, Nihilus, like farm these dudes up and running and get them up and running. Even like gear 12, they're in the A tier team. Like you can put them on defense, and it's going to require something really strong to beat them. If you have that. So I would relic up Savage at least if you're going to throw him on defense. But if you take him on offense, you don't need Savage relic. But if you take these to gear 12 and you put them on defense, then with a gear 12 Savage, Imperial Troopers will kill them. So you'll need him at relics, at least relic 5, to survive the Imperial Troopers. The fastest method in farming is getting a job. So you don't have to whale. If you look at my hierarchy of needs, my hierarchy of needs 100% is based upon, and that's what I built my account off of how to farm quickly in the game. Because I really don't whale in this game. I don't. So yeah, but gear 12, this is a good side farm. You don't have to take him to relics, but I would relic up Savage. And the Revans, the Revans are a good side farm too. But I would finish Jabba before you start doing like these side tangents. But while you're farming Jabba, I would get the what do you call it? The Treya up and running as a side farm. Yeah, well, Maul, yeah, it would be good. Darth Maul or normal Maul? Oh man. My neck's kind of messed up. All right, so 100%. And then, so I would do Jabba, side farm the Jabba, side farm the Sith, get Iden up and running after Jabba. And then let's look at your Imperial Troopers. Okay, this is fine. You have rebels. You have knights. So all right, so you have good assault battles. The next thing that you're gonna have to do after Jabba is, as soon as these dudes become farmable, Padawan Obi-Wan and the Master Qui-Gon, I would 100% start farming these guys and get them up and running. So their assault battle is going to be really, really good. So 100% put these on your farming list. I would like maybe refresh their node once, just to make them the same path, like farming timeline as accelerated, and get these up and running. So I would do that 100%. So Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, and fit them in your farming pathway as soon as you can. Like as soon as they're 7 stars, get them up and running. And I would even say like put a little bit of investment in them right now, like at least like 85, and take them before they start costing Kyrotech, and then you can at least do maybe the first two ones for them, or the first one, I don't know. When should you finish Gungans? The shards are done. So if you want to, you could do Gungans right now, or you can wait till after Java. But honestly, like the sooner you get Gungans up and running, the better. So it's up to you. It's a judgment call. I wouldn't hate if you went Gungans first, got Jar Jar for raid participation, and then went Jabba after that. Or if you did like Gungans, Jedi, Jabba would be fine too. So if you like got these up and running, got Jar Jar Binks, and then relic them for the raid, and then went Jedi for Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Quadme, and then after you have those, then go Jabba into everything at Profundity or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Because the earlier you get the raid characters up and running, the more investment you're going to get back from them. So that's what I would say. So if you want to go for that raid income first, go for the raid income. That's perfectly fine. And if you have the shards, I probably would get them I would probably prioritize Gungans for that raid because it's up and running. The caveat to that is you need to make sure you're in a good guild that's getting good raid participation if you farm the raid characters. So if you're getting great raid participation and you're like leagues above your guild in that, then it's probably a good time to find a new guild that's gonna like have at least a decent guild participation, so that all your investment you put into it isn't wasted. Because if you're getting like great guild participation and 49 or 40 of your guild isn't, and it's only like 10 of you kind of carrying like the low boxes, then that's 100% not worth the investment. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. So, but yeah, if you have the Gungans already start up, yeah, 100% I would just get them. And usually I'm like, go for Jabba, but the sooner that you can get those Gungans up and running, the more investment you're going to get back. Like, yeah, it's great to have Jabba and start getting the smuggler runs too, but Jabba is like a lifetime. He's going to benefit you. Those Gungans are like, you got to get them as soon as you can, so you can get as much return of investment, and then you can. So yeah, it's up to you. It's a judgment call. But if you go Jabba, Quadme, and then Gungans, that would be perfectly fine. Or because by the time you finish Jabba, hopefully you have those Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon up and running too. But if you think about it, Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon is going to give you raid income, or the mod income too, and credits. Also, it's going to give you raid income. So it's like, maybe if you're close to Quadme, and if you can get Padawan and Master Kenobi, that's that good in between of both. So if you can get these guys up, then it'll give you everything in one. It's going to give you mod currency. It's going to give you those assault battles. It's going to give you normal credits. It's going to give you good raid participation. So, you know, something to think about. If you want to. So that they're kind of like the in-between. I'm 100% as soon as I can, I'm farming their shards, and then I'm getting them up to, like, personally probably R7, because, you know, I don't whale. So I'll probably get them to R7, finish my farms, and then maybe one day I'll go back and take them to R9. But yeah, something to see. All right, take care, Enigma. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. So I would say that, like, try to get them up and running, and if you can, that would be great. Otherwise, like, it's up to you on what order, but I would say priorities for me personally would be the quad mate team Jabba Gungans, or quad mate team Gungans at least to R5 or whatever they need for to unlock Jar Jar, and then Jabba. But if you want to prioritize Jabba over those, it's not, it just depends on your guild and what their expectations are, and what you get. But it's a personal call. It's a personal call on that point. So but raid is like a huge improvement. I would say yeah. Like it depends. It depends, but yeah, they're like kind of, honestly, they're kind of like everything. They give you, it's not as good as Smuggler's Run right off the bat. It's not. Like Smuggler's Run 2 is 100% better than those two, but they're kind of like this thing that gives you tons of credits, which can help you with your mods. It gives you raid participation, it gives you mod slicing material, and it gives you relic material. So they're like something that is really good. I just don't have them yet. We don't have them yet, so I don't know how influential it is, but it seems like it's going to be very good. So prioritizing them, I wouldn't hate it. As far as R9, I do think they're worth the R9. Am I going to R9 them? I don't know. Maybe not. I'll have to see where I'm at, because I have a lot I want to do with my account. And maybe while I'm doing like Jedi Knight Cal Kestis or something that doesn't take that much relic material, I'll do it when I'm like farming some other things. I don't know. I'd have to like, I'm gonna have to like deep dive this, you know what I mean? Because I unfortunately, I have been on a tropical island for the last 2 years, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks. So I haven't had the time to like, you give this a ton amount of thought, but I've seen some stuff, and I do think that they're 100% going to be worth it. I think they're worth it to R9. I just haven't like had the time to like sit down and look at my account, think of timelines, what my priorities are, what is happening. Because as you're progressing in your account, like everyone else is progressing, and I really am struggling in Kyber 2, and I just need more things. So I just don't know if I want to slow down the progress of getting new things to get something that's going to be like, over time it'll help me, but 2 R9s is really expensive for me, because I only have like JML, Radis, Malik, so I have 4 R9s. I don't know if it's worth 2 R9s worth of time, which is like, I don't know, like 2 weeks for me or something, 2-ish weeks to do it, when I could like farm a team or half a team in that time. So I don't know, I'll have to see. But I'm 100% R7ing them. I'm still on the fence on the R9, and I'm not saying don't R9 them. I think it's 100% worth it. It's just like an account like this too, where there's a lot of things that they can farm and a lot of things that they're missing. I don't know if it would be like R9 would be the thing, but again, like we need R9 for the raid participation, so maybe that's good. I don't know. If you were gonna R9 them, like now is the time, and I'll probably also quad may, but that's like 3 R9s is expensive. You just gotta do, follow whatever you want. If you do R7, if you do, if you want to maximize the raid, like I do think those accounts that just like have everything, it's 100% just R9. Like if you have all the GLs, you have all the GL ships, R9 those every day of the week, Quadmate and the other 2. But if you are in a position where you're still farming all the GLs, you're still farming all the GL ships, you're still missing tons of legendary characters, I think it's a balance of still getting decent participation but farming as many things as you can. And maybe that's the answer for the most long-term growth than going all in on this raid and then all in on the next raid, because it takes a lot to go all in on them. And it sucks because like I would have loved to have, R7 Tuscans and just R8 Jabba team and just like all these things that were beneficial at that time that aren't as beneficial anymore. And it leads to having great things in your account instead of like good. But And I would love to have like R9 Gungans and R9, you know, those guys in Quadme. But you know, it's like I do. It's if it's an assault battle, I think it's going to go with the assault battle cadence of once a month. I think they would be hard. They would have made it an individual event that's not an assault battle if they weren't planning on doing it once a month. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get us to like R9 it. Yeah, Radis would be your first R9. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like for Profundity. Profundity's good, but I would say over the long term, since you're a cash spender, I think the R9s for you probably isn't a big deal, because you can accelerate it through money too. So if you're willing to do that, like they 100% are worth the R9s. Just make sure you're in the guild. My biggest advice to you, make sure your guild is doing it too. But also you have to look at like where you are and what your bottlenecks are. Your bottlenecks right now are like you're accelerating your account faster than you can keep up with things like Zetas, Omicrons, mods. I don't know what your Datacrons are. Your Datacrons are like okay. So you're accelerating your account where you don't have a lot of the things that you need, and that's just how it is. So if the faster that your account grows, and that's why I don't spend on my account. I'm sure I could probably even like deduct the tax of whatever I spend on this game if I really wanted to like well hard because I'm a streamer. But I don't for a main reason. Like one, I want my content to be approachable. So I put out my farming pathways and my farming philosophies, and I don't spend a lot in this game because I want to show like, hey, you can do some really light spending and still like grow your account in a really fast way. But also too, I think if you accelerate to the way that you're accelerating your account, then you're struggling on having like usable things that can perform at the level that I would need to perform at in like Kyber 2, close to Kyber 1. So I think with that, you know, like this is good and you're just growing, but if you stop spending on certain things and start spending on others like mods or Zetas and stuff like that, because you're just getting more things but they're incomplete, and it's things that are holding you back are like Zetas. You need more Zetas in your account, you need mods, you need all these things that just like take time, and I get it's hard. But it's just something to think about. Like spend your money the way you want, and it's nice to have new things, and it looks like you're trying to do it smartly, but sooner or later, you know, it's okay to slow down a little, finish off some of these teams, finish off some other big farms while you're doing it, and then just kind of like have a build up phase. But you know, also a good thing to do is like ships too. Like if ships don't take all that much Zetas or anything like that, if you got like the Profundity, if you didn't spend a single Zeta on that team, it would still be a very usable fleet. And then same thing like Leviathan. Like if you don't have the Zetas but you have the Leviathan for some reason, then that's still a very usable fleet. So something to think about. Like if you're running out of those things that like Zetas and stuff, farm other things that don't require them all that much and are going to take a long time, like a ship farm or something, and that'll give you something to spend on. And then also invest in the teams that you have already, like Marin or whatever. And then you can if they already have their Zeta investment, then you can go all in on them, like Treya, you know, whenever you get Watt. So you can, and that's another way to like slowly get, or you can farm things that just take a bunch of Chirotech, like Inquisitors. Like your account is almost ready for Inquisitors pretty much. So like if you got those two bros, Jabba, I would say Inquisitors would be a good farm before Profundity. And that would kind of slow your account because it takes a lot of Chirotech. They don't take a lot of Zetas. Once you get Riva, you will, but it's for the amount of time it takes to get that farm up and running. You don't have to Zeta up like some of the more, you know, luxury Zetas on them. So, you know, something to think about. Like, oh, like Starkiller, oh, you know, he needs his Zetas. You know, just stuff like that. So something to think about, like where you already have investment, invest them as best you can. All right, let's look at your mods real quick. Decent. Yeah, this is good. You have good mods in your SOKR. So you have a health circle, you have good speed over 580, you have a crit damage triangle over 10k damage. So good mods on your SOKR. This is not good. So as good as your SOKR is, that's how bad your your Jedi Master Luke mods are. Oh man, so Jedi Master Luke needs all protection primaries. So all, like, you can give him a speed arrow if you really want to, because I try to aim for 550 speed, but you can do that without a speed arrow too. But you need like really fast mods. But so a speed here is fine as long as it had like 10% protection, which it doesn't, or as close as possible. But this needs to be, or this is protection. That's protection. This needs to be protection, and then needs to have like 10% protection each. So this is like okay-ish. I would slice this up more, to be honest with you, since it's a GL. And I would take it to 6A, and then I would try to slice out or recalibrate anything that's not protection, and you can get this to easily be like 13-ish protection, maybe 12, 11, depending on the quality. But I would get this up and running a little better, and then I would change this one completely, find a new one that has like decent speed and high protection here. But yeah, but like this is okay. This needs to change. Even though it has like, this is an excellent mod, just not for JML. Like, yeah, it has tons of protection, but you need protection main here. And then I would change this out. So yeah. And then you have really low protection here because he's not R9. So I'm not saying you need to R9 him right now, because R9's kind of a premium at this point. And he's R7. He's going to do whatever you need to him to do. I would prefer him to be R9, but I don't know if that's the world that you live in right now, is where you need a R9. Like, is it a priority for me? No, probably not. Is he going to be able to like do everything you would want him to do that an R9 JML can do? Probably not. But he's going to be able to do some things. He can take out like, not right now, but without the Datacron, like a SOKR, a lot of times he takes out like Caloran Becks or Qui-Gons or something. So he's still going to be able to do a lot of good things, even where he is. So he's going to be able to cheese some stuff in Conquest for you. So, you know, he's going to be able to do his job. I wouldn't R9 Leia, like R8's fine. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this mods because you're missing your arrow, but I'm assuming it's going to be fine. And then yeah, you're just, this is a work in progress. So all right, so yeah, like decent mods overall, not bad. JML could be better. Your SOKR is good. 338, only a year, you know what I mean? So it's hard to be like, you for a year played, you have like excellent mods. So, you know, I don't know if it's if you're, it seems like you're following my guides, or maybe you just naturally know how to do them, but you have good mods overall. Not the depth, but honestly, for the GLs that you have in these three, like that's a good amount of depth for 1 year. So not bad at all, I would say. So I would say don't chase primaries if you are. I don't think you are. I haven't seen any bad mods, but don't chase primaries. Just farm good mods and then find homes for them. And then that's how I did my mods. And sooner or later, over time, as you build like more and more mods, you're gonna like find decent mods here. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. I'm happy they helped. So, and I would say like right now is really like we're in a transitional phase of some things. So like the raid's coming, that new assault battle's coming. So there's some new priorities. As long as you're getting like decent fleet income, Jabba as soon as you can. But would I prioritize it? How's this one? Money, dude, money, cash money. So as long as you're like prioritizing whatever, like if your priority is like, honestly everyone's priority should be guild income, but as long as you're getting decent guild participation in your raids, then that's fine. But if you're not getting like in proportion to your guild, because like if your guild's like, if you're getting decent guild income and you're participating and you're contributing to that and you're happy with that, then that's fine. Then Jabba and whatever you're gonna do. But like priorities, Jabba, those two bros, the Jedi bros, at Quadme to fill with them depending on how you did with your conquest, your fleets. And then, yeah, if you spend smartly, then, you know, like you can really accelerate an account. You don't have to be a Kraken to have some good improvement for spending money. So yeah, that would be my advice. But overall, like good account, like excellent account for the amount of time you have spent. So this is a lot of progress for that amount of time, a surprising amount of progress. So it's good. It's good. Very, very good. So yeah, good account though, good progress. All right, Mr. Yellow. Mr. Yellow. How are you doing today? Oh, let me do this real quick because I don't know if I bought all my stuff and I have to do it before my stuff resets here in like 20 minutes. I should start spending some of this stuff. Yeah, I need this. I need that. How are you all doing today? I am home, so I'm pretty happy. Haven't been home for some time. So sometimes that's part of being in the military, you know, like you don't come home sometimes because you have to be away from home. It's relatively short, just like 2 months, but still, it's 2 months longer than I would have, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks, but that's still 2 weeks longer than I would have preferred. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for donating, Dr. Snuggles, and happy to help. You have a good account, dude. I want to look at what your account looked like 6 months ago to see how much progress it had. Very interesting team here. Very. Is this like the new meta? The super team? You know, you got the 5 head here with the Gungans with SOKR. Just carries the team. I'm pretty sure you don't get the shield generator. So I think with the 5th Gungan, you probably would do more than this, but because you don't get a shield generator, right? Unless you have all Gungans. I don't know. Stays up. Oh, okay. One thing I would like, because you're at 6 million GP, 2 years played. One thing I would rather see is I want to see better fleet income. It's glitched. So one thing I would rather see is I want to see better fleet income because you're losing on a huge amount of fleet income. So that's what, like 12,000 crystals a month? Not minus 50, so I don't know. Here, let's take out the calculator because I don't feel like doing mental math right now. So 50 times 30, 1,500. Okay, so you're losing minus 12,000. You're losing 10,500 crystals a month by not having good fleets. So that's a lot of fleet income. What's your Sith Empire look like? So your looks like you're in a pretty good position to farm Leviathan, depending on how your fleets are. Mm. So I don't know if you just don't have the like. Do you have these farmed and just not unlocked? What's the dealio here? Where's the where are they? What'd you do with them? Where'd they go? You don't have them farmed whatsoever. So you are 100% not in a position to farm Leviathan. Nope, no siree. So hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen, but I would say if the 2024 fleet drops, right? If the 2024 fleet drops, you should go for that. You should go for that 20. You came back in June, like June, like 20 days ago, or June a year ago. Like a year ago, right? Like a year? Because it's June right now. So I'm assuming like you've been playing for 1 year. Like I'll say this. I was in a similar position as you. I quit I played in 2018. I probably quit like sometime late 2018 or 2019. Last June? Okay. So, and then I farmed Executor straight into the Leviathan. Well, I farmed SOKR into Executor into Leviathan, and from there my account just like exploded since I was getting all that fleet income, and then it helped me get into Kyber, and then I was getting Kyber crystals plus fleet income, and then my account just like blew up. So, plus the Lightspeed bundles and everything. So, let's look at this. So did you see my guide on, did you use my guide for farming Malgus, or how did you get Malgus into your account? Were you doing the, did you use something else? Because you have Malgus, so I assumed you used the SOKR strat. No, you didn't. You don't have Empire. Maybe you use... Do you have... You use Treya. Did you use SOKR with Treya and Malik to get Malgus? That works as well. What do you mean? What'd you use to beat the Malgus fight? Improving grounds. Improving grounds. Yeah, Malgus. What'd you use for proving ground? I used Treya? Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's a possible way to do it. Alright, so I would like to see more height in your account. You have a good amount of depth, but height would be great. Share with Malik. Yeah, that's good. So let's look at your stuff. Oops. Discord noises, yeah. Yeah, it's my my guild. So Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, once they become farmable, I still think you should put as much investment as you can without Chirotech, so probably like level 85. I would get these guys up and running, to be honest with you. Padawan and like you don't have to, I would just like double farm them, so you farm them in 3 months, and then once they're available, get them up and running, at least to Relic 7. You're gonna need them for the raid. You're gonna want them for their assault battle. So right now they are a hot commodity. I'm telling you, their assault battle plus the raid makes these guys the hottest thing right now in Star Wars Galaxy of Hero. I wish I had someone should make that meme with what do you call it, the Zoolander meme with their like Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. They're so hot right now. So the Quadmate team, a good commodity, an excellent commodity. So I would say priority, just double farm these when they become farmable. I'm not saying don't well out on them, but I would start farming their shards at least. You do have Malgus, so I don't know how you're sitting with your Zetas and all that other stuff, but Bane, I would get Bane up and running. I would take him to Relic 7. I would get Malgus up and running. I would take him to Relic 7. After that, I would probably work on the Quadme team. Take all of them up to at least Relic 7. You can go Relic 9. It's a personal choice, but at least Relic 7. I would maybe get the Gungans to Relic 7 at least for guild participation too. For at least decent, like, Relic 7. If you can see here, I'm kind of like stingy with my Relic 8, Relic 9s, depending on what your guild is doing. But your 6 million GP, you don't have anything that's like super key that guilds want. So I imagine your guild is probably like okay, probably appropriate for the amount of GP that you have. And I don't think that you're probably going to get like super great raid currency. So as long as you have like decent for what your guild is expecting, then you'll probably be fine. And if your guild's getting like absolute garbage raid participation, with having Gungans, and then if you farm like Quadme team, you could probably get in a decent guild with that. But most want like Inquisitors, but you'll have to like play around, see who's looking, and maybe you can farm something like that. So, but raid participation is very huge right now. And the problem is it's like a balance. So you already farmed Gungans. So get Jar Jar, take them at least to R7 so that they can get decent raid participation. Get Quadme, take that team to R7. Finish Bane, take him to R7. Finish Malgus, take him to R7. You can do this in whatever order you want. I probably would take Bane to R7 first, at least R5, just because he's so good. Like, he's just so amazingly good. And I would recommend R7 at least. Give him all 6 dot mods with health primaries, and he's gonna like sing like a canary for you. He's gonna hit that Hawk Tui and just, you know, it's gonna be good. Trust me, you want him in your life. Bane is so amazingly good. So get him to R7. Then you can, at a bare minimum, I would like prioritize Bane over anything else you have right now, just for GAC. And then I would go all in on probably once you have the stars, Quadme team. But since you don't have the stars, work on the Gungans team, then Quadme. Then you can go work on some more GL things or GL ships, whatever you want. So yeah. Well, yeah, just farm all the things. Dr. Snuggles, you can do it with SOKR. SOKR can farm all the proving grounds. So just like farm all the conquest characters, you don't have to unlock them or get them running. And I honestly wouldn't prioritize any of them except for Bane and Malgus. Like, the rest can wait. As good as they are, they're not absolutely needed. But there's some core things that you need in your account right now. First, raid participation. After that, like, yeah, Bane, Malgus is always good. Raid participation with Quadme Gungans. I do think you need to focus a little on your assault battles, but you don't have to go all in on them. You just have to weave them. So I would get Dark Trooper if you can, as soon as you can, with Ranged Trooper, and that'll give you 2 assault battles. You need to get your Rebels up and running. I think I saw... Yeah, so you have Phoenix, so Phoenix is fine. So you have Rebels done, you have the Phoenix one, so you have that assault battle done. You have SOKR, so you have that one. Did you have Jedi Knight Luke? I thought I saw him somewhere. You don't. So a good one for you actually would be after you finish your raid participation, then I would go for Jabba. And Jabba is going to give you Jedi Knight Luke. Yeah, 100%. Range is better than Stark as the 5th. So it goes Veers, Piet, Dark Trooper, Range Trooper is the core. And the 5th, if it was like a Lord Vader or something, then you would put in Iden or any cleanse. If you just need to get in front of someone and you need extra speed, you can put in Watt. And Watt, you just basic, gives two buffs, and then that gives you 20% turn meter. You can go with Gideon. Usually I go with Gideon as the 5th, and then Stark I put with Iden. So there's a lot you can do. Stark is needed for C. You can wait until you get a C bundle since you haven't put any investment in them. But the core for Imperial Troopers is in 3s, it's Veers, Piet, Dark Trooper. In 5s, it's Veers, Piet, Dark Trooper, range. And then the 5th is optional from there. For the assault battle, I went with Veers, Piet, Dark Trooper, range, Stark at gear 12, R5, gear 12. But instead of Stark, you don't need him. You can go with like Iden as the 5th. That's perfectly fine. You just need a 5th, like Stark, Gideon, Iden. If you use Gideon, the only thing you can't do is you can't use control the situation because you'll instantly lose. So don't use control the situation, but other than control the situation, you can use any of his other abilities and he's good. So yeah, like that's what I did with them. They give you 2 assault battles. They're great in TW wars. They're decent in GAC. They can kill. They can clean up GLs. So they're 100% worth doing as a side farm. And what I always advise you to do is do like 1 big farm assault battle, 1 big farm assault battle, 1 big farm assault battle, and you just do all your assault battles because assault battles are important for income. So, because they give you like Zetas, they give you relic materials. What do you use as a comp for what? Are you talking to me, Serpenter? SOKR one? What do you mean? For the assault battle, or for what? And just in general. If you're asking me how I use SOKR, that's like a 20-minute conversation in itself. Yeah, so you have to weave. Yeah, Frankto's right. Like, they are good. And you have to weave in big farms with assault battles. And you just like big farm assault battle, big farm assault battle, big farm assault battle until you have them all. And then usually the last assault battle you do will be Inquisitors, to be honest, because they're by the time if you do that big farm assault battles, then you gotta weave them in. Honestly, it's like mods is the biggest thing for this one. Can you do it? Yes. Do you have the mods to do it? I don't know, because you need like crit avoidance arrow here, like as much health. These need to be 6 dot, and then you need a blend of like health and tenacity. But you have a shot. These 100% can do like CT, at least CT2. But your Phoenix can do CT2, and then they have a shot at doing CT3. You only have 1 Zeta here, so that like the better mods you can get, as long as you like supercharge the mods, probably. I've seen it done with less. So if you've done it with less, excuse me, with a bunch of tries, like probably tons of tries and better mods, I've seen it done, CT3 done. If you want to reliably do CT3, then you can get Marin to relics, but not a priority. But you maybe if you like give them your best mods that are appropriate for the primaries that they need, then maybe like survivability, damage, survivability, like maybe that can do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you have a shot. I would, if I had your Marin, 100% I would give it a shot. So, and it may just take like a bunch of retries to get it done. But like I would prioritize Bane, weave in big farms with small farms. So like I would classify Gungans as a big farm, Malgus as a big farm, you know, but like weave them in. I would classify, you know, Imperial Troopers as like a side farm. So there's other things that you can do. Like I would like to see CLS. You have Rebels done, so it's not like a huge priority, but CLS is a good team. You can do them as a side farm in between like big farms. Like if you go like SOKR, but I would like to see better ships too. But you have to farm, like I would side farm. Oh, here, let's look at your ships. Side farm your Sith fleet as much as you can, but you also need like TIE Echelon, you need the Rebel. So I would prioritize your pilotless ships first and TIE Echelon, so Rebel Y-Wing, these Y-Wing, Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber. So I would get those up and running. And just focus on like one fleet at a time. You don't have to 7-star Executor right away. You can just like slowly start it. Same thing as Finalizer. Slowly get the shards for Finalizer, Executor, Radis. Yeah, and then just like one fleet at a time, put in your investment, and then just farm all the ships. Like literally them all. Farm them all to 7 stars. You can wait on like Comeuppance if you don't have her. Oh yeah, this is fine with Comeuppance. You don't have to like farm her because it takes from your signal data. But like everything else, just 7-star as soon as you can. And then put the major investment into like one fleet at a time. And then I wouldn't specifically farm Profundity until you were at least like 3 GLs. So like Jabba, Ray, and then you can go Profundity. But even I would prefer like Jabba, Ray, JML, Profundity, and then just in between farm your assault battles as far as like big farms. But I would prioritize like in between those farms too. Like Bane needs to be your first thing you get up and running. You can do Malgus too. Malgus is like A tier, so R7 Bane, R7 Malgus. If you wanted to, you could R7 Marin if you really wanted to, or R5 or R3 or something, so that you can use Datacrons for your Night Sisters. Just like as a side farm, because it's Assault Battle too. So Item Versio wants to be R5 once you get the TIE Interceptor. So there's a lot of things you can do. It's kind of like at your discretion of whatever you want to do, but you do need like more height. And honestly, I would have personally, believe it or not, probably a hot take here, but I think you overcommitted with Gungans, to be completely honest with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're going to get decent raid participation, but unless your guild is like getting great guild raid participation, I think you need a lot of the older stuff, and you don't really have to prioritize. So I would just, since you kind of like went all in on it, then just go all in. Make sure you're in a guild that's getting where you're not in the top half of guild participation. Like being as good as guild as you can now that you have like Gungans, and then farm do get that assault battle, prioritize the Jedi pattern, because it's like 2 characters for an excellent assault battle. So yeah, I don't know, like that's what I would recommend. It's like, it's kind of, you're really in a difficult position here, because there's like a lot of old stuff that you need, but there's a lot of new stuff. And I would say just don't spend R8s and R9s unless you absolutely have to. Don't do it. Like, don't R8 your GLs. Don't R8 like you should have like, this isn't a waste here for Malik and Revan, but it's a waste right now because you're nowhere near Leviathan. So you need to prioritize, like 7 should be your ceiling, and you should only R7 important characters. Like for the raid, yeah, you can R7 them. Like Star Killer, yes. Bane, yes. Malgus, yes. You know, but like Zori, unnecessary. Like, you know what I mean? Like R8. So you now have a ceiling. R7 is your ceiling unless it's for a specific reason, like requirements. And that's what I do. Like, I don't R7 anything unless it's a requirement. Or I'm sorry, I don't R8 or R9 anything unless it's a requirement, or JML, like R9 JML, just because I need him to perform at a higher level. But other than that, one character, R7 should be your ceiling, because you're trying to get more into your account. Once you have like all the GLs, all the GL ships, most of the legendaries, then you can kind of like splurge, but you're trying to get more into your account so that you can do more. And it's better to have like more things than to have like really high, like R8s and R9s are going to really slow down the overall progress, when you can have like 2 or 3 more GLs than to have like all your top stuff be R8. So something to think about. Like, but R7 should be, even like for the guild participation, if you just like R7 right away, and then as your guild is like pushing higher and higher boxes, then you can R8, R9 if you need to, but see how your guild participation is with R7s first. And then if you need to, start going R8s and R9s. But that it's just incredibly expensive, if that makes sense. So, yeah. But yeah, that's like, and just keep farming your ships, like side farm them. Don't stop, you know, never stopping farming your ships. You just got to keep on going. Just got to keep on farming them until you have them all. It takes a while, but you'll do it. Like, trust me. I got that point, and I've been playing for 2.5 years, and I really prioritize ships. So if I can do it in 2.5 years, I'm sure you can do it too in that relative amount of time. So, and then just continue working on your mods. I don't like this, to be completely honest with you. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. Like, as far as a type of modding, there's like a health SOKR, an offense SOKR, a speed SOKR. In my opinion, it's like speed, health, and then offense is probably the way I would go. But like, these are good mods, but I would prefer if you would have a speed mod that. And let's look at your, but you can go with offense. It's just like, it's just a really old way to farm, to mod him. It's like a classic, you know. So man, you have a really fast Treya, like unnecessarily fast. I don't know if I would make Treya this fast, to be completely honest with you. Like, I would not have Treya faster than Darth Revan, but like Darth Revan will get a boost with. And then Scion, oh man. I would say, like, you have him at Relic, but your modding priorities, little whack, to be completely honest. Like, I would get Rex up in here faster. Piet, I would get up in here. Yeah, I don't know. Like Bosk for bounty hunters. So I don't know. I would just look at your modding priorities, because I feel like they're a little wiggity whack, you know what I mean? Believe it or not, these mods are kind of whack too, but you don't want protection. You don't want, all right, so if you look here, his protection's actually crap. So it's still less than his health. And if you see how his health has like plus 900, and then his protection's still less than that, and you have like all protection primaries, it's because he wants health. And sooner or later, Jedi Knight Revan, and it's fine right now. It's fine right now, right? But you're going to want to have him with speed and a health set, and you're going to want like all health, like health, speed, because Jedi Knight Revan turns into like a support character. He's just support. It says attacker, but it's a lie. And yes, you do want Bosk. So you want Bosk to go, you know, he rages out. And then Grief goes, and he either like cleanses or he does a mass assist, and then Bosk will have Frenzy. He'll use his mass assist. Then you'll be able to, in some cases, blow someone up with Mando. If it's like 3s, you probably won't. You'll probably have to like assist with someone, but that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get that contract. So if you go Grief goes mass assist, then Bosk does his rage, and then he has to wait for someone else, which is usually Mando, to go third, and then it messes with the combos. So you want Bosk to be fastest, Grief to be second fastest, and then you want Mando ideally third, but it doesn't really matter, but because he's going to get a turn meter himself too as he like assists. So yeah, that's what you want to do. So you want Bosk, Grief, and then Mando as like, and you kind of like take them up at the same time. Like, you want Bosk to be faster, as fast, and you want protection's fine. You do want above 300 ideally for them, like the speeds. You just haven't put much into your bounty hunters, which is fine. Whenever you farm Jabba, you'll get like Fennec and you'll get Aura, and then that'll make this team better. Because right now you can use like Boss, Grief, Mando, Boba, Dengar or something, and that's perfectly a usable team. But once you get like Fennec in here and Aura, and then I usually use mine because like a lot of times I use them to beat Lord Vader. I'll throw Bam in here. So I'll usually go for 3s. I'll go with like Fennec, Grief, Bam, and 3s to like beat Lord Vader if I needed to. And then like you can go like Bosk, Mando, Boba as another team to take out like another team. So, you know, just something to think about. You don't have to, but as you having a usable speeds on your bounty hunters, they're very good. They can take out Radishes. If you have Zam, which I don't recommend, then you can take out like crappy Malgus teams. So that they'll always have a use. Usually, I'll find something to kill them, or something to kill with them. So they're good if you have them. But if they're really slow, then the whole team goes and your bounty hunters, like, so generally if I can go first, then I'll take them. If the enemy only takes like 1 turn, then I'll still take them. But you know, like if it's a real slippery slope. You want them to go first. You want them to disintegrate whoever the key player is before they take a turn, and then it's an easy cleanup from there. So, you know, something to think about. Yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Yeah, a little more data cronning would benefit you. I think you're at the point where and maybe you're just held back on your teams, because I don't see a lot of good conquest teams here. I see like a Resistance, a Phoenix, Traya, Empire, Sith Empire, Gungans kind of, SOKR, and that's okay to get decent conquests, and you could pretty much like keep your energy used, but they're not like the ideal teams, right? So and it's probably like there may be times where you just have to bust out like SOKR to break through some of these things, but not bad overall. So you probably do okay in conquest, but as you do better and you can like more efficiently get through conquest, then you can more efficiently like farm datacrons. And I would say doing the 3 refreshes for datacrons materials is definitely worth it, and it'll get you it's not that many crystals, and it'll get you better, like a more extensive use of them. But again, like your account's only at 6 million GP, and there's a lot of like key characters missing here, so it's not like all your teams can use datacrons anyway. So, you know, just something to think about as you get like more stuff, more efficient, then try to do better on conquest, farm more datacrons, and it'll help you out more in the long run. Yeah, so hope that helps. And I get it. Like I can tell you this, if you watch my hierarchy of needs, it kind of explains. But my priority was like decent enough guild income that you're doing okay for your guild, and you're okay with that. And then I went all in on fleets. So with that, you can go with Sith Empire, and you're close enough that if you just like started farming the ships, you could get the Leviathan relatively quick. I don't know if you would want to prioritize that. I personally did, and then I like took it to like 7 stars immediately, and that was like hugely beneficial to me. The problem is I did that when Leviathan was launched, and you can, but we don't know. Like if you really wanted to, you could go Leviathan 2024 fleet if they ever announced that thing. But you could also just go like farm what you're farming right now. And then as soon as they announce that 2024 fleet, you go all in on it. And if they don't announce it, and by the time you finish like your Gungans and your Quadmate team and Jabba, then I would finish up. And I honestly, as soon as you finish up all your all your pilotless ships, I would start farming those Sith ships, and then you're in a good position to get the Leviathan sooner or later. Because even if you get that 2024 fleet, if you get like Leviathan after that, and then also Profundity, then you'll be in a great place as well. So you're gonna want all the fleets anyway, sooner or later. So just like pilotless ships, side farm, and then start side farming those Sith ships. And then once you're in a good place to like get the Leviathan, because you already have like R8 on these guys, then just get it. And you only need R7 on Malgus for him to be extremely usable, and then good in the fleet as well. I plan on, when I get her up, to only give her the one. But all her Omicrons are good. I don't know if they're all needed, but I would say bare minimum you want the one that like summons her guard or her replacement or whatever she's called. So I would say like that's the one that's needed, and the other are also good. I don't know enough about the team yet to know what like which ones use absolutely must have, other than the one that summons her decoy. That's it, decoy. So yeah, that's all I got for you, Mr. Yellow. So hope that helps. But you have a good account. I understand. I can empathize with your situation as a return player, because I was too. And I just hope that you, as you build more stuff into your account, you do prioritize like between your big farms, fit in assault battles, try to get better fleet placement as soon as you can. If they lock in, or if they announce that 2024 fleet, go all in on it, and then like finish your pilotless ships as side farms, and then start farming those Sith ships. And then if they don't announce that 2024 fleet until like 2025, then just get the Leviathan and try to do the best you can with fleet placement. So yeah, but good account overall. I like it. I like it a lot. So it was good. Good. All right. So who's here? So unfortunately, I don't have all the time in the world today, because I do have to spend some time with my wife. Because I haven't been here that long, so I can't stream as long as I normally do on Sundays. I am gonna do one more account review, so I'm gonna write a number and to make it fair, I'm gonna write a number on my phone, and it's gonna be 1 through 1,000, and then whoever's closest to that will get the review, because I can't think of a fast way of doing it other than by random for who's here. So just because I don't want to do all like paid reviews, I do want to do that. So you know, I'll do it on here. So I'll write it here. So if you can hear my key taps, between 1 and 1,000. So I wrote it down. So if you want a roster review right now, choose a number between 1 and 1,000. Whoever's closest will get the roster review. So I've already wrote it. The number is out there. It's in the universe. I'm not going to type anything. I'm just going to drag it over onto the screen. But I'll give you guys like 1 minute. Go ahead. If anyone wants a roster review, go ahead. Between 1 and 1,000, whoever's closest, then I'll give you a review. And then after that, I'm going to have to call it. So while I do that, I'll just do this stuff. So give it in a minute. You want a character review? You want me to like roast your character as like you as a person? Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. My stuff just refreshed. This stuff is, if you guys aren't spending your stuff on this, you should be. That wasn't what you had. All right. Yeah, so normally I would, on weekends, I usually try to do a longer stream. But I do, because I haven't been here, I just wanted to spend, I planned on spending the morning streaming. And then I wanted to spend more time with my family today, because I have been away from them. So I want to hang out with my wife and dog some and just enjoy the day with them. Living the dream. Yeah. I will say this. Palau was really nice. I don't know if you guys know what Palau is. Because I didn't know what it was until I was told I was going there. But it was a super nice, like tropical island. I went to Peleliu. Are you guys familiar with Peleliu? It was like one of the bloodiest battles in World War II. It was the Marines went in. It was like 3 weeks or something. A very tiny island, like I think close to like 15,000 died between the U.S. and Japanese forces, and the island was only like 6 miles long, 1 or 2 miles longest from like east to west, and then like 6 miles north to west, or north to south. So really crazy. Guadalcanal? No, I didn't go to Guadalcanal. Peleliu. Palau is this country. Peleliu is a state in Palau. So yeah, it was good. Really tropical. When I get a chance, I'll post some pictures that I have there. So, but it was fun. I had a good time. A lot of working though. I worked really bad internet. Like I did not, like, if anything, that was like my biggest complaint and struggle, was just the internet was just like so bad. Palau. I know. Are you talking about the, what's that dish? It's what's it called? There's a dish in. Are you talking about the what is it? The Spanish dish that has like, I think it's like rabbit and seafood in it. Is that the one you're talking about? Asian one? I'm not familiar with that one. I know there's like a, I don't remember what it was called. West Asian. No, I'm not familiar with that one. Not familiar with it. Palau, Indian rice dish. Okay, I don't know it then. I'm not familiar with that dish. Unfamiliar. All right, let's see. Not that one. Maybe this one. This one. None of that. This. Like pilaf? Oh, yeah, I know rice pilaf. Everyone knows rice la pilaf. Alright, so is the last chance. I'm gonna give you like 10 more seconds and then I'm gonna show the number. Alright, I'm showing the number now. 675. So I think the closest was Frankdo, if I had to guess. Yep, Frankdo. Yeah. Look at the cat. Okay. You have cat pictures? Alright, so you're in Ka Empire? Are you really? Yeah, I was like, I don't think you're in Ka. Yeah. Alright. I was like, I don't think, I was like, yeah. Alright, you want to repost your stuff? Because I don't think that's you. Alright, there you go. That's the 62827. That's the same. That's the same one. That's the same one. Alright. Alright, I will look at this cat and then move on. A deal's a deal. A deal is a deal. Alright. Yeah, excellent cat. The speeds are really good. I wouldn't go with these primaries. Like, I wouldn't go with potency. I would go with health here. But super fast, like crazy fast. You nominate Rayrock? Okay. I'll look at Rayrock stuff. Sure. Rayrock, drop your account info. I don't know why you had me look at this account, but or this cat, but like crazy fast. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. My neck is all messed up. All right, so Rayrock, drop your account info. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. I do need to get some credits. I don't know if I'll accelerate it. I think I'm fine now. Credits. I have a whole week to farm credits. Look at that. 1 and 2. 11.2 million GP. A lot of time played, Rayrock. Ton of time. We're missing a GL. Lord Vader. Lord Vader. You have Old Man Bob. Old Man Bob at Relic 9. Is this for platoons or you just love the TV or something? Man, I called him Old Man Bob and then he whipped his gat out like he was like offended. Didn't it seem like that was pretty threatening? I was like, Old Man Bob, and then he just like whipped out his pistol at me. Like as if he was like threatening me for the disrespect. Which that's what I took it as. But what's up with the why do you have this at R9? Platoons, right? Like is this a platoon? Okay. That's what I hoped. Platoons. Honestly, as a platoon for R9, it's not the worst, right? Because he's usable in GAC as like as just like an extra, as an extra, like he's not the best, but he's not the worst either. I wouldn't be mad. And then he's good in territory wars. It's a more reliable Lord Vader killer than going with what do you call it? What's her name? Fennec Lead. So it's more reliable than Fennec Lead. So, you know, you can use them in territory wars to kill Lord Vaders, I guess. There's like a bunch of Lord Vaders out there. I usually use like I kill a few Lord Vaders personally. I'll go with like bounty hunters. I'll go with JML. You know, there's a lot of things you can do. He lost as a cleanup? Oh man, that's sad, dude. Maybe it was execution, you know? Maybe it's not the weapon, but the hand that guides the weapon, Rayrock. That's all I can say about that. But he's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know. Lord Vader. Oh, you three-manned it? Okay, there you go. So it was the hand that guided it. You didn't even set him up for success. That's not really, that wasn't mean. That was like, honestly, that was pretty nice, I think. I think that was pretty nice, right? The way I said it, made it seem more mysterious or something, you know? Like the hands that guide us. But it wasn't too harsh. I felt like it was the correct amount of harshness. All right, so I would get these guys up and running as soon as they're farmable. Triple farm them, double farm them, get them up. Lord, you can't underestimate the Lord Vader. People call him Lord Failure, and then fail on him. So maybe that's why. Maybe he is Lord Failure, but in the different way now, because people fail on him because they underestimate him. All right, so Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. I would, as soon as they become farmable, I would start farming these bad boys up. You're in a really good place to just like R9 them. So if I was you, I would R9 them. Just because your account is like in a place where it could take the time to R9 them, and then you would need them for raid participation anyways. So I would accelerate their farm as fast as you can. Maybe even 3 refreshes on them. Like I would do maybe 3 refreshes and get them up as fast as I can, and then R9 them with Quadme and call it a day. I don't know if I would R9 Quadme. I guess it would depend on how much guild participation how much raid participation your guild expects. But 100% I would for you, I would R9 these bad boys, and then Quadme R8 at least, R7, whatever you need for the guild participation. But these bad boys need R9. I would put a little more investment on your Marin, like at least like throw the Zeta on Shadow Strife. At least level up the abilities here. She doesn't need a speed set. Most definitely not. So, man, this is really bad. So I would fix this. I would first of all, I would get her abilities leveled up somewhat, you know, like at least to the Omegas, you know, like at least something, not level 1. I'll level up these abilities to where it's not level 1. I would Zeta up Shadow Strife, at least. You should use her though. That's the thing. Like, you don't use her, but you should use her. She's good. So it's how you beat an assault battle. Oh, you didn't buy the bundle at all. Rayrock. Rockin' the Ray. You should have splurged. Next time that bundle comes around, just cha-ching. Get that bundle up in your life. You hate Night Sisters? Why? Are you just, you hate strong, independent women that don't need no men? Is that what's happening here, Rayrock? That what's going on? You just hate them. You hate the girl power? You don't like the si se puede? You know? You don't have to farm them, Rayrock. You just buy the bundle. You buy the bundle, and then they come all at Relic 3, and then you slap on that Zeta on Marin, and then boom, they're usable. They're good. Yeah, I don't know what's your weird thing against the Night Sisters, because they're a good team. Like, they're 100% worth. I would at least buy the bundle. I would buy that Jedi bundle too. Get these La Jedi. Yeah, I'm just telling you to spend money. It's whale harder, Rayrock. Gungans. I would get your Gungans up and running. So yeah, you're just like right now. Right now, I would start working on the raid. If I was you, like, I would prioritize, like, if you're not going to have these stars up and running anytime soon, I would start just getting your Gungans ready and then work on the Quadme team. But I think Quadme team is more bang for the buck. I think you can get max participation probably with 3 of them. We'll have to see, but I think the 3 is all you'll need. And then working on Gungans. But I think bang for the buck right now, that Quad May team is just balling. Absolutely balling. Let's look at these. Yeah, it is a garbage drop rate. I got you on that. I got you. But I would accelerate as soon as you can. Like as soon as these things are farmable, I would be like double farming or triple farming Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. They're just so worth it right now. With their assault battle with 2 characters. 2. And then it gives you crystals, it gives you credits, it gives you shard shop currency, gives you slicing material, relic material, signal data. Like it's good. It's good. It's like everything we would have dreamed Leia's event should have been is what it is. So they're dropping the cash to get us to get it going. So you should you know, they're making it worth the while. They definitely are. So I would get that up and running. So, and then once you have Gungans, Quad May up and running, I would start farming that Bad Batch and start working towards Lord Vader. So that's what I would recommend. And then once you have, even right now, if you do buy that Jedi bundle, where is he at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, you have Plo Koon R7. Okay, so you're already there. So 100% though, I would just Lord Vader after you finish Quad May and Gungans. Just bite the bullet, dude. The bullet, bite it and get that Lord Vader in your life. Yeah, that's what I would do. Cool. You probably didn't need me to tell you that, but yeah, drop some cash, a little bit of cash spend get these up and running, and then yeah, you'll be good to go. Right as rain, Rayrock. You're trying to save crystals? Yeah, crystals is good. 100% I would say these 2 are worth it. Are worth at least double farm, like 1 refresh, at least, and that turns into like, what is it, 2.5 months, 2-ish months farm for Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. I would say that. So, at least with these, like they're worth refreshing. Like you can slow farm the Gungans, that's fine. But I would accelerate Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan at least to like a 2.5 month farm. I think it's worth it, personally. I think it's worth it. So I would say that would be the move. That would be the move. So at least I would, and if you can, even more. Then farm him even harder, dude. Farm him even harder. Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. All right, but that's it, dudes. Dudettes. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the day with my wife and dog. Thanks for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun, a ton of fun. Sorry it was so short, but I flew back not that long ago. Yesterday I got home, I went to sleep. So yeah, maybe tonight I'll have time to finish my, or maybe tomorrow I'll do it or something. I'll just edit my Grand Arena that I missed. Oh, well, tomorrow I have a Grand Arena too. I don't know, we'll see. I'll drop, sooner or later, I'll drop that one Grand Arena I missed video. Yeah, it was a good business trip. I had a lot of fun. I worked a lot, like a ton, but it was a good time. But thanks everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate you all hanging out, especially those who donated. Thank you for supporting the stream. And yeah, everyone, thanks. It's been a wonderful time. So, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow, depending on what we have going on and everything. I'll finish off my last Grand Arena with you guys. But yeah, Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone, and I'll see you on the other side.